What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into our first of two consecutive noon games. Noon kickoffs, 11 a.m. local time out there in Nashville. Most expecting a snoozer today. There's a lot of signs that most young, maybe inexperienced football teams, maybe teams that aren't necessarily, mentally screwed in properly, would come out flat today. A lot of football teams would, right? 35-point favorites on the road, 11 a.m. local time, Nashville, right? Not really expecting a very good opponent today from Vanderbilt. Or on the other side, this is their Super Bowl. I mean, this is their SEC East Super Bowl. I don't believe they get Alabama in a crossover today or this year. So this is the biggest game on their schedule. They're going to be up and ready for this football game, I would imagine. But I don't expect to see that from this Georgia football team. I haven't seen any signs of like anything other than this is an experienced and veteran-led football team all year long. They came ready to play week one against Clemson. They were the most physically prepared and mentally prepared football team for that game. They come home against UAB, right? Quarterback maybe not ready, got to start the back up. What do? Their first five passes go for touchdowns, a lot of big explosive plays, right? Defense shows up all year long. And then last week against South Carolina, right? Another, your first SEC game of the year, another snoozer of an opponent. You got a night game that helps you get up, right? But you come out and you dominate that game from opening kick as well. So I see a lot of signs about this football team that maybe weren't there in years past, where games like this, noon kick, away game, lesser opponent, sometimes you worry about coming out flat if you're a Georgia fan. I wouldn't have those concerns anymore, at least not about this football team, not about the way that they've gone about this year. Especially like listen to the way Kirby talks, right? After the game against South Carolina, what does he say? We practice to be everybody, right? We don't practice to be somebody. We practice to be everybody, right? Always talking about playing to the standard, not playing down to your opponent, but playing up to the standard of the University of Georgia. That's talk for this portion of the schedule, right? That's talk for the UABs, the South Carolina, the Vanderbilts. That way, when you host Arkansas next week, by God, you're ready for that football team. A football team that is going to give, I think, Texas A&M not a run for their money, but that's going to be a good football game this afternoon between Arkansas and Texas A&M out there in Jerry's world. So, I appreciate all you guys for being here on the live stream. You know what to do. Hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to share it anywhere, feel free to do so. Oh, hello. Got a bunch of screens going on out here. Got YouTube over here, Twitter and analytics, and the Tempest website up here. Got Streamlabs over here. Got the game over there in the corner, and got you guys right here in front of me. So this is a new environment for us on the game day watch party. I like it just a little bit more. I know it helps Ditko to allow him to just be a fan, right? Which is something that all you guys get to enjoy. Normally on Saturdays, Ditko's in the studio. We're both in the studio, and he's working, right? He's not really allowed to have his ups and downs and have his emotions. Depending on how you guys like this one, depending on how I do, because in the studio, man, I'm uncomfortable. The bar stools we sit on aren't necessarily great. I'm there for 3 hours. Hopefully, I'm a little bit more lively and a little bit more, analytical, or give you a better analysis. Analytical. Give you a little bit better analysis today in the office space up here. As always, sponsored by Cola Kicks. ColaKicks.com. Promo code Brooks will get you $10 off any purchase of $100 or more. So feel free to check out the homies over there. They're very grateful, I'm very thankful for their, sponsorships here on all of our broadcasts and all of our platforms. Shout out to those guys. See some YouTube comments here talking about covering the spread. 35, and I believe the kicker too, 35.5 points was the final spread on this football game. God, that's a lot. I mean, that is a lot of points in an SEC football game. And honestly, based off my score predictions from today that we put out over on Dogs Daily, they might cover that joker. I mean, honestly, look, Kirby's never been a guy to run up the score. I know a lot of Georgia fans want them to they're out for blood, right? Y'all want blood in the water today because of what happened last year with the canceling of y'all's senior day. because of COVID numbers or whatever the reasoning was. It was COVID numbers, but I know some people said they were just scared to play Georgia. I don't believe that to be true, even though they were in a really bad place, really bad place cultural-wise, morale-wise up there at Vanderbilt last year. Didn't get your home game, right? Didn't get your senior night for seniors and fan favorites like Richard LeCount and Monty Rice. You guys are out for blood. I don't see Kirby Smart being that type of guy. I never have. He respects the other dude on the sideline a lot, no matter who it is. He's not one to run it up on opposing coaches. So I don't see that happening, but here's the deal. Vanderbilt's so bad, and Georgia's second units and third units are so good that even if you hand the ball off, you might break a couple for some long runs. So Vanderbilt going to get the ball first here. And there is a lot of red and black in that stadium. A lot. I mean, a good bit. 68 degrees out there. Apologies. Siri, I'm going to tell you what, girl. Anyways, here we go. Kickoff right here. Vanderbilt going to get that ball first. Now, I like Vanderbilt's offense just a little bit. They are very, as Ladd McConkey misses a tackle pretty poorly, pretty badly. I like this offense. They're very high-paced, up-tempo. They like to spread it around. They've thrown it for 40 times all 3 games while also running it for about 35, 36 times a game as well. They run a lot of plays offensively. I mean, a lot, which doesn't bode well against a football team like Georgia, because you're going to turn it over on downs a lot. You're going to be punting really, really quickly as well. So, it's super excited to see this offense from Vanderbilt, just to kind of see what it looks like. Don't expect them to put up a bunch of points today, as I don't expect any football team to put up a bunch of points against Georgia this year. And they hand it off to start the football game, and there's Nolan Smith. The guy has become a much, much better football player with experience, which, guys, shouldn't be a shock, to be 100% honest with you. It's funny. A lot of people want to give up on young football players. Nolan Smith's the type of kid that didn't get a lot of reps, right? Didn't get a lot of reps in his first 2 years, and here he is as a junior, and he's been one of the best players on Georgia's defense this year and been one of the most consistent players on Georgia's defense this year as well. Couldn't quite see who got the start opposite of Kendrick today. Looks like Ringo gets the start opposite of Darian Kendrick today. And the rest is business as usual. Quay Walker in there with Nakobe Dean and the rest of the bunch. So, yeah, we got our first penalty of the game. Looks like it is on Vanderbilt. It cracks me up, and I've always tweeted about this. It always makes me laugh how many teams have false start penalties against Georgia, knowing damn well all week you watch them on tape, and they do that. They move, man. They're going to move. So it always makes me laugh every time I see it. Nolan Smith definitely blitzing from space here. Now with the motion, he's definitely coming as a pass rusher here on 2nd and 15. They bring Nakobe and actually drop Nolan. So interesting scheme there from Georgia. I think that's one thing that's really, really tough about playing this Georgia defense. Even when you think you know where the pressure's coming from, right? 9 times out of 10, you don't. They do a very, very good job at disguising coverage and disguising blitz as well, which makes it really hard, not only on a quarterback, right, but on running backs and defensive linemen as well, or offensive linemen, to see who to pick up in pass protection. So, yeah, very, very hard to block this front and block this defense as a whole if you're in opposition. Or an opposing offense, I guess is what I should have said there. Jalen Carter, oh my God. Jalen Carter doing a great job right there of disengaging blockers. That's something I've really wanted to see from him. Something that last year, I wouldn't say he struggled with, but when you watched him, you're like, hey, that's something he can get better at. And that's an example of it right there. I mean, just absolutely rag-tossing an offensive lineman. That's just great block disruption. That's the portion of his game I think's developed the most. And we get our first punt of the day, and Kyrus Jackson lets it go out of bounds. That's a hard skill, man. Block disruption, right? If you watched any of our breakdowns of Azeez Ojulari, I think, and it's playing true in the NFL as well, that's something that he was so good at. It was hard enough to block him just to get your hands on him. It was damn near impossible to keep your hands on him. And that's something you're seeing develop in Jalen Carter's game as well. We get our first look at this offense today. I'm very curious to see if they can push this Vanderbilt defensive line around because, boy, God, are they small. And here's Ladd McConkey, and he's going to break one. It's about a 20-yard gain for the redshirt freshman out of North Murray High School. You know, he's a story for me that I'll always enjoy. I'll never forget the first day I went and saw him. I left. I called a couple people, and I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know what they see. This is what they see. They see explosive. Some RPOs, Georgia's version of RPOs, right? You know, what looks like play action pass, but really there's run options off of it. They are getting the ball into space and out of JT Daniels' hands. It's another way of just being able to count the box, right? I got 6 in the box. I got 5 outside. I'm going to throw the ball. I got 7 in the box. I got 4 outside. I'm damn sure going to throw the ball. Things like that, right? I got an overhang defender creeping in. I'm going to get the ball out of my hands. Zamir White gets tackled. We got about a 3rd and 2, our first 3rd down of the day here already in the red zone. So Georgia moving really, really quickly here on their first possession. You can't help but think like Ladd's a great recruiting development story, right, for Georgia. And they got a bunch of those. Adonai Mitchell being another one. Jamon Dumas Johnson's a player that wasn't really necessarily, I mean, he's a 4-star, but he was, you know, top 500, and he's going to end up being a top 200 NFL guy. Like, he'll get drafted, meaning he'll get drafted eventually when he leaves Georgia. What a block by Jamari Sawyer. My God. Jamari just caught a body out there. How about a tight end handoff to Brock Bowers? Touchdown, Georgia, up 7-0. Tight end jet sweep. That Brock Bowers, man. Who out here is running tight end jet sweeps? I mean, honest to God, who does that? No, Darren Kendrick's not out. He was out there on the first possession. I didn't see, unless he limped off. Y'all let me know. I didn't see anything there. Tight end jet sweep. I love that. Todd Monken in his bag early on, as usual. Guy is quote-unquote built different, as the kids say nowadays. So now we sit back, okay? That was what, like a 6-play, 2.5-minute drive. They walk it down the field and score. And again, that's what I'm talking about. Like, unless they go out and just need the ball in the second half when they're up 40 points, I don't see how Vandy can stop them, even with their second and third units in. Yep. All right, we'll see. Shane Cothran. We'll pronounce it Cothran. Will we see Bowers throw a touchdown this year? I wouldn't be surprised. They're not really into the gimmicky stuff like that. Monken doesn't do. I don't think in the years that I've studied Todd Monken, I don't think I've ever seen flea flicker, halfback pass, double pass, none of that. He's gonna beat you by scheme. He's not gonna beat you by gimmick. So maybe they do it just for fun. But I don't ever see them needing to do anything like that moving forward and onto the schedule. Jalen is a stud. He's just getting better too, says Bubba over on YouTube. 100% right there. That guy, that guy's special, man. We've known that from jump, right? Well, I saw that first time I knew he was special was when I watched him at the Under Armour practices, and I'm watching him, and he's going against 4 and 5 star All-American caliber offensive linemen, and he's just rag tossing them. I mean, throwing them everywhere. And then the clip surfaced of him in camp pushing Trey Hill around, right, in board drills, and after that, you just knew like this dude's really, really special. And then you see him play against Auburn in his first home game. Didn't get a bunch of run to open the season in the season opener last year. But you saw him against Auburn at home, and he was doing special things on that defensive line. Manhandling grown men, right? That's the hard part for most guys when they transition into college football, is dealing with the physical maturation of the guys across from you. He ain't had that problem. He walked in and was there, was ready to rock. As we see the second possession, man, I love watching these guys cover these kicks. Look at Adam Anderson. Good God Almighty, son. Adam Anderson catching bodies on kickoff return or on kickoff. Yeah, Paul White saw it on the YouTube comments as well. Yeah, so we know Brock Bowers is special at this point. Ooh, how about this? Vandy opening up in some funky formations right there on their second possession. Like double tight. Hey, Sam, I'm actually on a live stream. Is this important? Can I call you back? All right, buddy. We appreciate you. Always got to pick up recruits' phone calls, even if you're on live air. He looked good last night. Sam Mbake from North Cobb. Kid's lost a lot of weight. Body looks really, really good right now. Channing Tindall in on this possession, and he's blitzing off the edge. And he ends up almost making that tackle. He slipped off of it there towards the end. Yeah, the Green Soldier says Kendall Milton must get his first touchdown run. I'm in agreement with you there. Good Lord, we're only 4 minutes into this first quarter. Feels like we've already played a quarter. More Jalen Carter. Rocking the visor today. Interesting. I don't think I've noticed that in weeks past. Opting for a little bit of drip there. Here we go, 3rd and 6. I'm watching Adam Anderson at the top of the screen. Let's see what he does. Inside move, and they wrap Jalen Carter around, and it forces an incompletion. That's what we talk about all the time on our film studies, right? We talk about being a team-oriented pass rush. This pressure is created by Adam Anderson's inside stunt. That is a walking sack opportunity for Jalen Carter because of Adam Anderson. You know what I'm talking about? Like, that right there is why it's hard to play defensive line at Georgia, because it's never going to be about you. It's going to be about us as a defense. As is that defense. I hear the Discord over there popping. They sound like they're talking up a storm. I can hear them off into the distance over in my little headphones that are hooked up to the microphone. They are not coming through the stream just yet. We will get their thoughts at the end of the first quarter. Come second half, we might turn this joker into a full-on lounge session like we typically do during the week. So look forward to hearing that. I've got my second TV on the Notre Dame-Wisconsin game. Notre Dame's offensive line is poo. They have struggled all year. James Cook and almost made the first defender miss. Almost made the first defender miss, which I think you could say that about James Cook a lot. to be honest with you. He's done a much better job of it this year, though. I'll give him credit on that. I will 100% give him credit on that. I'm trying to decide what my second game ought to be over here on this other screen. I think I'm going to flip over to LSU, Mississippi State, or should I be watching Missouri at Boston College? I don't know, man. Let's go LSU, Mississippi State. Karis Jackson with a tunnel screen right there. That's what they've used him a lot for over the last, year and a half since Monken's been here. They love his yards after catch ability in the passing game, which why would you not? He's really, really good with the ball in his hands. Really, really good with the ball in his hands. Bruce Black says he's enjoying his first live feed with the film guy. Appreciate you, brother, as Karis Jackson has an explosive that we missed thanks to ESPN trying to get their marketing dollars. Shout out to you guys. Also, shout out to Cola Kicks, colakicks.com. Promo code Brooks. That's a spot route. Just go run to the middle of the field. Siri, I'm going to punch you in the throat. Go to the middle of the field, stop on the spot over the ball. Simple as that. More, again, that's their RPO stop. I can't wait to show you guys this stuff on film come Monday, which I don't know how we're going to do because Dicko's got to go see his girl out in Texas. So if anybody wants to volunteer to be a producer for a day, we can teach you how to do it. No, but I'm extremely excited to show you what they're doing RPO-wise to handle and control that backside defensive end, which has been a problem for them with a non-running quarterback. In college football, it helps so much to have a running quarterback because of the way the RPO rules have gone into play. That's a straight-up drop by Justin Robinson. A flat-out drop. And I think if we get a replay of it, that's his hands were here as opposed to his hands being here. When you got a ball at your face, anything above your waist, your index fingers and thumbs should be touching. Anything below your waist, your pinkies and palms should be touching, if that makes sense. 3rd and 8 here. A 5-man box from Vanderbilt. They are dropping everybody. Straight into zone coverage. And Brock Bowers beats everybody for another touchdown. That guy's incredible. Has a freshman ever won the Mackey Award? Because Brock Bowers got that joker on lock right now. Somebody Google that for me in the YouTube comments. Find out if a freshman has ever won the Mackey Award, which is the award for the best tight end in the country. Because Brock Bowers, he got that joker on lock. LSU up 7-0 on Mississippi State right now. Again, that's what I opened this show with, right? I told you, this is a football team that I don't think sleepwalks into opponents like this. This is a football team that you can tell through the maturation process of how they approach everything. This is an old and experienced football team. They ain't going to sleepwalk into no opponent. They're going to show up, play to the standard, handle their business. Let's see here. The Green Soldier says, Brooks, do you think we see a lot more of Jackson and Washington against Arkansas? Would you be saving them up? Look, I don't know anything about medical injuries. I only know about what I've struggled with in a football sense in terms of medical issues. Foot and knees, we don't bother with. You ain't playing through them jokers. I'm sorry. Bones and ligaments, I ain't messing with you, okay? Muscles, okay, like if you got like a tweaked hamstring, sometimes you got to sit that one out, right? But there's difference between playing hurt and playing injured, right? Darnell Washington, he's injured right now. Tyke Smith, he's injured. You can't play through those things. playing through an oblique injury is something that JT Daniels has been doing, right? That's the difference, right? So to answer your question, no, I'd be resting him. I would be resting him. Now, the only thing I've got questions about is, hey, dude, like you had UAB, you had South Carolina, and now you got Vandy to figure out what in the hell you're going to do on that offensive line, and for that matter at corner. And to me, I haven't seen enough experimentation. I would have taken these last 3 games and let Broderick Jones take his daggum lumps. I would have let him play and let him figure that stuff out. Now, it's a lot easier to say when I'm not the one that's got to protect the quarterback, and you're, your starter and your future, right, in JT Daniels. I'm not the one to make that call, but I would have been experimenting with that. I would have been trying to figure out, is Broderick our guy, or do we need to keep rolling with Jamari Sawyer? That's what I would have been talking about, leading up to the last 3 games. I knew this Bowers kid was special. I didn't know he was this special. I mean, because who would have? I mean, this is incredible. I'm guessing Nagy's talking about Daniels right now. I just don't know if, like, JT's great pre-snap. He's really, really good. I just don't like NFL quarterbacks nowadays are just about being athletically superior and being a freak, right? A specimen. I don't see. So we got a turnover on the kickoff, as I believe that's Dejon Edwards, who's wearing 30 nowadays. That is Dejon Edwards. So this is going really, really poorly to open this football game for Vanderbilt. Let's see who causes the fumble. It's Jalen Johnson. Look at this formation. Brett Seether in the mix. They were going 23 personnel on the goal line. 23 personnel, 2 backs, 3 tight ends. So many weapons. So many weapons. Let's see here. Let's read some YouTube comments. Looks like we got the same couple of guys hanging out talking. We're doing all right viewership-wise. Appreciate all you guys for being here. No doubt about that. Lewis seen the number 3 safety on Mel Kiper's board. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I like Lewis. Great college football player. I got to see some more in the coverage ability to let me know that, hey, that guy's definitely a lock to play on Sundays. I know he's going to play on Sundays, but the coverage still leaves a lot to be desired. But that was based off last year's All-22, and we'll get this year's All-22 probably by the end of the year. So I'll know more and have a more formulated opinion on that towards the end of the year. Yeah, I wanted to see that formation too, Paul. They were in 23 personnel. I love watching these young tight ends learn to block. Now, his elbow's down. He's down at like the quarter-yard line, not even the half-yard line. And that's a touchdown for Zamir White. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is handling your business. Handling your business, okay? Look, I just tweeted about this. there are signs of championship football teams, right? Veteran leadership, continuity on the offense, explosive offenses, run defenses, or defenses that can stop the run and get off the field, right? Teams that can put teams away in the fourth quarter. One of those very, very important standards, especially in college football with the way the 14 playoff is situated, is handling your business. Going in, week out, no matter the opponent, and taking care of business and dominating. No slip-ups. Nobody sneaking up on you, right? This is an example of that right here, right? Showing up every single day, every single weekend, and taking care of your business. This is an example. 100% an example of that. Will Muschamp over there talking to Tennessee Titans GM. Why? I don't know. Tough day. Oh, ESPN didn't even update the info card on Will Muschamp. He is no longer the senior defensive analyst there at SEC Network. He is the special teams coordinator, my guy. Jamie Goodman is corrupting my son. He is corrupting my son. I'm getting text messages about Jalen Carter being a bad man, and I'm like, duh. Where you been? You know what I mean? Like, you been living under a rock, Patrick Starr? Like, come on, man. Come on. Wake up. Oh, how is that Southern Miss game a night game at Alabama? What are they doing? They just trying to sell tickets. They might cover the spread in the first quarter, says Malik McGreer. Apparently there's another turnover. Good God. You guys are ahead of me on the YouTube stream. And, yep, that's a pick. Chris Smith. Good God almighty. This is just downright bad. What are your thoughts on Kendall? Is it just dudes in front of him or why playing time's limited? Yeah, there's dudes in front of him for sure. What a game, huh, guys? It's going to be 28-0 by the end of the first. Middle of the first. We might leave this one on the side and start analyzing another football game come second half. Good Lord. Warren Erickson, come on, dude. Come on, dude. Yeah, you guys are way ahead of me. You guys are way ahead in the YouTube comments. I'm still on 2nd and 1 where apparently Ladd McConkey mosses somebody. Oh, get nabbed on, son. First career tutty for Ladd McConkey. That recent play, that play looks awfully familiar. He nabbed on somebody at practice the other day. Ladd straight nabbing on folks. McConkey style. Number 4 from Vandy. You just got McConkey'd. Think we can start that? Change you got mossed into you got McConkey'd? We'll see how Twitter responds to it. Lad must have been hitting them boxes you told him to do after the Clemson game. Yeah, my boy got bunnies. He's got bunnies, okay? Twitter seems to like it. I doubt all 4 quarterbacks play. I don't even know. Did they travel all 4 of them? No, you guys are good. I won't comment on it when you guys are in the YouTube comments. If you guys are ahead of me, that's fine. You can stay ahead of me. Honestly, it kind of helps my analysis because I know what's coming and I know where to watch, so I can tell you exactly how it happens. So feel free to do that. Yeah, we're going to trademark You Got McConkeyed. That tweet is going hot right now. All right. 28-0. Not even halfway through the first. Brutal. 2 turnovers already for Vandy. A tipped pass and a fumble on kickoff return. I would be kneeing the ball or fair catching the rest of the game if I were Vanderbilt here. Let's go restart this stream, see if I can get it a little bit faster. Hopefully that wasn't a terrible decision. Hope it loads back up for me. There it goes. All right, let's check around the college football landscape here. Get you some score updates. Let's see here. Let's go to old ESPN.com. Go see some NFL or NCAA scores. Notre Dame might be the worst 3-0 team in college football. Just going to put that out there as the SEC network goes dark again on me over here. Good God, what's going on with them? Oh, good Lord. I have lost my stream over there. Let's open up another one. Is what it is. Let's pull it up right here till I get my other computer figured out. And now this stream wants to be a little finicky. Still up. So 6 minutes and 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Good God. It's brutal, guys. But we knew this was what it was going to be, right? Bauer's best tight end on the team. Not a hot take. Not a hot take at all. You said hot take. It's not that hot. It's actually pretty mild, if we're being 100% honest with ourselves. Is that a change in quarterback already for Vanderbilt? What it looks like, I think they're going with the redshirt freshman from Georgia, actually, I believe number 5 is. Just a bad football team, man. Yeah, I think that's Kendall Wright, I think is his name. And again, I do believe he is from the state of Georgia. I want to say something like Kennesaw Mountain is what I want to say. I just can't remember. Now we got the ESPN stream pausing on me. Good God. Lewis Seen with a pass breakup, it looks like. I think you're a little confused, Dairy Products. I would imagine he's in the slot as star. They've just got a really, really tight screen over there at the SEC network. They don't really pan out very much. He's playing star right now, and yes, he is in the game covering the slot receiver. So that's what you're seeing. Stay woke. 3rd and 7 here. and he's going to scramble to no avail. God, Devontae White can friggin' move, folks. That guy can absolutely haul some backside, man. That guy can run. I'm seeing some maybe Kirby did take it personal tweets. I don't believe so, but to each their own. Do we see some Stetson? Some Stetson Bennett? Some mailman? Or do they run the offense? What do they do here? And that's the question. At what point do you call off the dogs? Do you do it already in the first quarter? I'm with Ditko there in the comments. Yeah, give me a running clock, please, for the love of God. Yeah, Justin, I'm in agreement with you there. This Vandy punter is pretty daggone brutal. He is awful. I love watching a coach as hard as Kirby does for 4 quarters. It's the same way with Saban. It's where he comes from, right? It's all he knows. They're definitely bringing slot blitz. Deep shot. That's a good catch by Adonai Mitchell. That Joker's got some strong hands, man. How many returning starters will we have on defense next year? 1. It's going to be more than 1, but it ain't going to be a lot. It really depends on who all leaves early, right? Does Lewis Seen leave? Does Darren Kendrick leave? Does Nakobe Dean leave? All those guys. It really depends on what happens there. Does Nolan Smith for some reason leave early? Like, those are the questions you got to have answered before we know what the defense looks like. I don't know what the hell just happened with my stream over here. I think just skipped ahead on me. I think Adonai Mitchell just had another catch. Fubo bugging today. Yeah, excited to show you guys some of this RPO stuff. You got Broderick Jones in at left tackle. Jamari out of the game, I think, which is standard practice for what they've been doing the last couple of weeks. Yeah. Yeah, they just took out Jamari and put Broderick in. They did this last week against South Carolina on like the 3rd possession when Stetson came in. So this is par for the course so far this year for Georgia. Once they get up, they want to get Broderick some reps in there, and they take Jamari out. Actually, he's at right guard now. So they took Van Pran out and put Erickson at center. So that's interesting. Do I think Kenny is your best back? Do you think Kenny? Yeah. Do you think Kenny is our best back? I don't know. It's hard to tell. He doesn't get a lot of reps. They obviously don't think he's the best back. They're in 20 personnel right now. 21 personnel. Just took the second running back off the field. Here on 2nd and 4. Love seeing old Todd Hartley right next to the boss man up there in the booth. At least the SEC Network showed the right guy this week. Ooh, that looked almost like a false start from Erickson. He's in at center. If you notice, like, one thing about Warren, that's going to be a big play for Ladd McConkey. That's another touchdown. My man is absolutely putting on a show today. He is putting on a show today. What a ball game. What a ball game from 84. Have a daggum day, Ladd McConkey. Remember, a lot of people, myself included, to some extent, when they took him, they're like, why are we taking this kid from North Murray High School? Well, yeah, now you know. Guy's got juice, man. He's got a lot of juice. Guy's got a bunch of juice. Have a day, kid. 35 zip with 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Good God. How would you feel if you're like Matt Stinchcomb right now? Like, yeah, you're calling a game for your alma mater, but it's 35-0 in the first quarter, and you've still got almost 3 quarters left of this football game. That's brutal. That's brutal. It's almost as brutal as being on a live stream covering a football game that's 35-0 in the first quarter. Mm-hmm. And what's this? Our 6th kickoff of the first quarter. Poor old Jackpot Lesney's going to need a damn ice bath at the halftime. That's a good point. Christopher McClure points out, never would have thought Ladd McConkey had a rushing touchdown before Kendall Milton. It's a great point. All right, we got some subs in here on defense. I see Tramel Walthour, Zion Logue in there. Log. Jesus, Brandon Howell in the YouTube comments. Good God, son. Woo! Clark Lee getting his first thumping in the SEC. A nice fitting opponent from Georgia. Hey, a little life from the redshirt freshman quarterback. And a flag. SEC Network broadcast apparently is talking about Kendall Milton being a bit banged up. I hadn't heard of this. I will get somebody to check on her right now. Oh, come on, Robert. Don't fall for the pump fake, Mr. Beal. Jalen Carter called for unnecessary roughness, apparently. Playing a little bit too hard, which I like a defensive lineman playing a little bit too hard. Trying to see what they're doing substitution-wise. Kind of lets you know where they really stand depth chart-wise. Georgia's had short field position, 3 drives in a row, basically? That doesn't help a pretty porous Vanderbilt defense, to be honest with you. How about a little odd front there from Georgia, playing 3 down, Robert Beal into the flat. Oh, that's a late hit. They didn't call that? Damn. Kamari Lassiter headhunting out there. It's an opportunity to get some young corners some reps. God, Kamari Lassiter flashes, man. He flashes. That's playing through the echo of the whistle. That's a incomplete catch, though. QB303 says UGA's out here playing NCAA on JV difficulty. Ooh, nope. I was about to say Max Johnson over here dropping darts, but he is not. Oh, a little rubbing wheel right there. Little rubbing wheel over there from LSU and Mississippi State. Again, man, if you don't rock the two screens on game day, I'm sorry, bro. Or if in my case, if you don't rock the 4 screens on game day, I'm sorry, bro. I'm trying to decide how I like this format. Do you guys think I'm better? I know a lot of you guys are returned viewers, some new. Do y'all like this setup on game day watch parties a little bit better than the studio setup? Y'all let me know. Dicko, your opinion is valued as well. Do you like sitting at home being a fan more than sitting in the studio and working with me? I'll tell you right now, ain't no room up in here in this office for your big butt. Dicko says the boosters getting it in today. They 100% are. They are getting litty up there in Nashville City. Just their version of truck sweep, but when the quarterback's an option to run the ball. Jamie trying to make my son a Georgia fan. It's okay. You know, corrupting the youth is kind of his bag. This setup looks better if you're not able to draw out plays with the video on the big screen. 100% there. Maybe I'll roll in a little whiteboard. Something like that. But it's something that we don't do during the live party or live watch party anyways. Just too much talking going on to break it down. That's a really unfortunate timing on a stunt from Georgia for Vanderbilt. Trying to run quarterback draw, and Georgia goes double what we call TE game stunts, right? Where you slant the defensive tackle outwards, wrap the defensive end inwards. Looks like 2 X's, right? My coach used to call it knife red X. Here we go. Knife red, like you read a book, X. Ooh-wee. This has been an utter domination. Is that the end of the first quarter? I believe it is. Let's patch in that Discord audience. Let's get them homies in here talking. You know, it's part of the advantages of being a Patreon subscriber, which I'm pretty sure almost everyone here is. Let's get this Discord audio patched in. Now that I can actually see you guys, this is dope. All right, let's unmute these guys. Let's go to Logan first. You are unmuted. What do you got for me, brother?
Man, I'm just checking out this. I'm still not impressed with our running game.
Yeah.
With this, I'm not at all. I mean, I've even got Florida fans over here texting me, talking crazy.
Well, Logan, I've been trying to tell you this for your sanity for a couple weeks now, almost months since you've been joining us over on Patreon. You need to stop talking to Florida fans. I can feel your IQ points just dropping ever so slightly every time you get off the phone with them.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm sitting here watching for myself. I'm just like, man, this is not the Georgia running game I'm used to.
Well, I mean, let's just hold off on that. Let's wait until the second half when they're actually running the ball. I mean, the play to Lab McConkey's a run play. That's a touchdown. Most of these RPO type of events you're seeing are extensions of Todd Monken's run game, right? You got a jet sweep to Brock Bowers for a touchdown. Let me check the box score for you because I don't think it's as bad as you think it is. I just don't think they've ran the ball enough today to sit there and go, well, they don't look good on the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me rephrase that. Between the tackles, should I say?
So you're worried about this
vision
offensive line movement.
It's all. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something I've noticed about Cook for a while now. I think he's got a propensity to hit the backside cut a little bit too much for my taste. But I honestly, all these backs do it.
Yeah, and like on one of his runs, I mean, he had 2 holes on each side of the lineman, and he decides to go right up the ass and just stay on the lineman's ass instead of making a cut. I don't know.
All right,
get it.
Georgia has ran the ball 10 times in the first quarter for 79 yards. They are almost averaging 8 yards a carry. Now, granted, that helps with a 12-yard run from Bowers and a 24-yard run from Ladd McConkey, but your running backs right now, the only one that's kind of struggling, if you want to call it that, is Zamir with 4 touches for 15 yards. But he's the only back that is, like you're saying, this kind of proves your point. Like you're saying, Zamir's the only one that's pretty much confined to designed runs inside the box, right? That front 5, that's where Zamir does all of his running, and he's averaging 3.8 yards a carry right now. So I do have to say, I think you have somewhat of a point there. I'll be able to tell you a lot more come Monday when we take a look at the film. Appreciate you, Logan.
Man.
Let's unmute Justin right quick, if you could, my brother. What's up with you, my guy?
Hey man, I'm enjoying this game. Definitely, I think they've cleaned up some things. They got some work to do, but I think this is definitely the revenge game for sure.
Yeah, I think it's working out like that based off Vanderbilt playing like absolute dog water in this first quarter.
And who is this head coach? For Vanderbilt.
Clark was the defensive coordinator at Notre Dame last year, I believe. That's personal foul in pro ball. He is a lifelong defensive guy and actually played fullback at Vanderbilt during his college days. So he's at his alma mater. Very interesting. But now they're going to line up for a field goal, which really helps if you've got the score prediction at 52-9. Except he's probably going to pull this, I would imagine. Nope. Oh, wait. Ah, he did pull it. He pulled it. Oh, man. You got to love it. Oh,
hey, Brooks,
what's up?
Brooks, look at the replay from Jordan Davis at the offensive line on the line right there on that field goal.
On the field goal? They're going to show me a replay right here. Let's look at 99. Oh, my God. Yeah, he's pretty hard to block in any circumstance, especially on field goal. Man, I hated field goal. It got to a point where I would literally just get into a 4-point stance and just, like, try to hold my ground. I definitely wouldn't even come out of the stance. As soon as you come out of the stance, those guys just bowl you over.
I'd missed that kick, too, if big old 99 was coming at me.
No doubt. We got Stetson Bennett in the game here. Now let's look at this offensive line. We got Broderick at left tackle, Jamari Sawyer at left guard, Cedric Van Pran in at center, Warren Erickson at right guard, Warren McClendon at right tackle, which, guys, I think should be the unit. That's the best unit Georgia's got moving forward. But as expected, they're doing a lot of experimentation with this offensive line. There's an inside run for you, Logan.
Yeah, and like you said, it's
I think I've got entirely
with
too
the
much.
unit we need.
I think I've got entirely too much going on my laptops right now. Way too much. I've got like 12 tabs open. I've got a couple of streams going on.
Yeah, and you said, and that run was what the unit you said we need on the field. So
Yeah.
where has Burton been all day?
That's a good question. Haven't seen him all day either. In terms of making plays, might be guys in games like this. You know, Georgia has a propensity to rest guys. He's out there. He's at the top of the screen right now behind. He's about to get the ball. He's out there. But what I was going to say is they have a propensity to.
I'm ahead.
Yeah, they have a propensity to rest guys during these types of football games. So.
Well, I need him to get a touchdown before they take him out for good. So.
Well, you got him in some type of player prop bet?
Yeah, I placed the over on a half a touchdown. I was expecting a first snap touchdown.
That's
and then sit him on the bench for the rest of the game.
That hurts.
Mm-hmm.
God, we've got to get Stetson back out, man. He just threw the ball into trouble again. I mean, it's a PI, but still.
Easy there, Logan. It's the mailman. You're up 35 points in the first half. Just he's going to be playing. And then you're probably going to see Carson Beck as well. Yeah, that's a pretty bad PI, though.
I figured we'd see Brock Vanderbilt, man. We got to get him some looks.
You got some time on that front. Look, guys, there's still – I mean, you still got Tennessee on the schedule. You still got Coastal Carolina on this – or excuse me, Charleston Southern on the schedule. And you damn sure still got Georgia Tech on the schedule. There is plenty of opportunity to get guys reps the rest of the season. Plenty of opportunity. Not to mention you got time during the week, which I've been on the record. Ain't a whole lot of development going on the scout team, but it is what it is. As Jalen Johnson takes a loss on what looked like a bubble screen. Michael Owusu, linebacker at 6'5", 231. That's a big guy. That's a big guy. Grad student. Come on, man. Come on, Fubo. Don't be doing it to me. All right, let's check some scores right quick. Penn State up 17-3. Hold on, let's wait for this play. Broderick just manning stuff on that left side. That's a drop from Adonai Mitchell. A little bit surprising. All right, Discord. I'll holler at y'all at halftime. Oh, I let the camera die. What a rookie mistake. Dicko would never allow that to happen. Dang it. That's what happens when you wear too many hats. That's on me. Yeah, too many drops, said the YouTube comments. I'm somewhat in agreement with you there. Especially inexcusable drops. Balls that are just dots right into your hands. Noticing blitz. Good job by Van Pran there. Good kick slide from, Broderick just getting beat. Ooh, that ball's picked off. Yep, that ball is intercepted. Why do you keep putting Stetson Bennett in? Because you're up 35-0 in the first half. That's why. Now, last week, I was right there with you. 14-3, defense somewhat struggling for the first time all year, and then you decide to pull a move. That's not a good move. But yeah. Yeah, I don't want to hear the why is Stetson in thing, man. It's 35-0. I told you to start the game that Kirby don't be running the score up on nobody. Nobody. He wouldn't run the score up on his worst enemy. Just because that's not the way he rolls, man. That's not the way he plays this game as a coach. Why does Bennett try to force things? That's kind of who he is and how he has to play. When you're 5'9" and play in the SEC, you gotta be the risk taker, right? You have to. Have to be the risk taker. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Always interesting to see some of the things you see on social media. Boom. Let's see. Bowers has got how many yards in this first half? Total yards, that is. He's got the 15. What is the love affair with Stetson? Stetson's been good to the program. That's what Kirby Smart loves. Let's see. Bowers is 12 yards on the ground, 30 yards receiving. He's got 42 total yards in the first half. Yeah, it's a bad year to be a first-year head coach in the SEC. It was a worse year last year when you only played SEC opponents. Because I'm pretty sure all of these wins for all these new head coaches, let's see, that's 7 total wins over 4 coaches. Pretty sure all of them have been out-of-conference wins. I think any of those guys have a conference win this year. Yet, because they haven't got into a conference schedule. See some commenters saying Beck should be playing the rest of the day. I would imagine he gets in there very, very soon. More Jalen Carter being Jalen Carter. That guy is a freak. Please give us an end zone cut of that so we can watch that on tape. Come on, SEC Network. Do your job, man. Do your daggum job. I'll never understand. Does Jalen Carter make another play? Let's watch him here. He must. Oh, swim move. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. My God, son. Uh-oh. 3rd and 11, screen pass. Boom. Who is that, Channing Tindall? Bet money. Yeah. Nope, it's N'Kobe. These dudes pursue the friggin' ball, man. They pursue the freaking ball. Gotta love it. If you see Carter coming, take a knee. It's a great comment. Oh, yeah. Mon 23. We've been talking about that one for a while. Yeah, Jalen Carter's been a first-round pick. Been a first-round pick. NFL scouts love that guy. Honestly, he might be a really, really high pick this year if he went out as a sophomore. All right. Another little commercial play. Or commercial break, not commercial play. Jamie not happy about Stetson in there either. I get it. I understand. There's frustration. You want to see some other people. Especially see some other guys get to actually run the offense, right? That's what you want to see. I understand. I'm here for you. It is what it is. 100% is what it is. Hey Brooks, do you think UGA has the best D in the country? Yeah, I think so. Especially with what we saw last week against Alabama. Or against Florida for Alabama. Look, you can't claim best defense in the country when you give up 250 yards on the ground. You can't. It's implausible. You can't argue that you have the best defense in the country if you go out there and put that on tape. So, yeah, I would have to say right now, I would 100% go with Georgia as the quote-unquote best defense in the country. So there you go. Looks like Stetson's going to get another drive here. I would imagine. Yeah, Stetson's got to be the most volatile stock in the history of stocks. Yeah, you guys are up and down on the Stetson thing, man. All right. A little bunch formation here from Georgia. Another new offensive line unit for him as Stetson keeps the ball out of the back and runs out of bounds. Let's see what this unit is this time. See, we got SVP G at center, Schaefer at left guard, Broderick at left tackle, Warren Erickson at right guard, and McClendon out at right tackle, Jamari off. And they go Trey Counter here. I'm going to bet Cedric Van Pran let his man cross his face on counter. Rule number 1 for a center, do not let that happen. I don't understand the hatred right now coming out of the Twitter sphere for Stetson Bennett, man. I get it. Y'all want to see Beck. We all want to see Beck. I do have a theory as to why, and I guess I'll unload it right now, right? Here's why I think Kirby shows so much love for a guy like Stetson Bennett, right? In the day and age of the NCAA transfer portal, he's got a former walk-on that is stuck around his program and never left, right? So when he comes out and he plays extremely well against UAB, you know what Kirby gets to do? Kirby gets to go into his locker room and say, well, all you guys, and he did this, all you guys are down on yourself. All you guys are feeling sorry for yourself. Oh, I'm not getting to play. Oh, yada, yada, yada. Look at Stetson. Look at number 13 next time you think about that. That's good salesmanship from your head coach, right? Maybe the Stetson Bennett story keeps a guy like Broderick Jones around, or keeps a guy like Amir Speed around, or keeps a guy like MJ Sherman around, right? These guys that might not get a lot of playing time early in their career in a day and age where everyone expects early playing time in their career, right? So I think that's my theory on that. He plays the guy because he knows it looks good and it's a good, hey, this guy stuck around thing, right? Look at him go out and look, if you stick around in this program, you'll get your opportunity. Everyone does, right? Stetson gets it. You get it. I think that's what I think is going on here as James Cook hits another backside cut for a 9-yard run. So, you know, I think that's the real story here, man. Here we go. Let's see what they do here in the red zone. They get this first down on the ground, I would imagine, and then they'll go back to the air. Stetson bringing in an additional defender into the box, or blocker into the box, as Kenny McIntosh fumbles the handoff. The operation's just not running very well right now. The minor things, right? The minor details, the minute details here are not really going very well. I got a 3rd and 6. Let's see whose fault this is. It's almost like Kenny McIntosh didn't know he was getting the football. What it looked like to me. Third and 6. Play clock dipping down. They're getting, no, they dropped out. No pressure here. Dropped into a zone look. He's going to take off and run for a first down and get down. All right, so this is what I was going to say here. Now, 1st and goal inside the 10 as there's a flag on the play. Let's make sure this holds up here. That's not a hold. I think it's a defensive penalty. Looks like it is. This is 3-down pass territory for Todd Monken. His history here, now he might not be doing it up 35-0, but inside the 10-yard line, I'm not talking about inside the 5. I'm talking about inside the 10, 1st and goal. He's throwing the ball. That's what he typically does. Again, 35-0 might change that, but my history of studying Todd says he likes to go pass in these situations. A prime example would be the Jermaine Burton. Let's test. Excuse me. Let's test the audience's recall here. Yours might not be as good football-wise as mine, but you're Georgia fans, so you love Georgia football. You probably remember it. If you remember, 1st and goal against Alabama last year, right, on the road, Jermaine Burton's touchdown catch, right? What did they do? That was on 3rd down, and they threw the ball 2 straight times in a row before that. I believe they went screen. Then they went ball out of the back of the end zone on a corner route to Jermaine Burton, and then hit Burton again on a little skinny post inside the goal line. Brooks, what's your take on the targeting rule? Because I'm sick of it. I'll be honest with you. I tweeted about this today. I think the targeting rule was a great move in the sense of player safety, right? The Muhammad Massaquoi hits of back in the day, I believe it was Muhammad Massaquoi, against Auburn, him going in the middle and just absolutely getting his head taken off. There's no place in football for that. I'm sorry. There's just not. That was the reason the rule was implemented, and now it's gone to a whole totally different level of where you basically have to rugby tackle everything, and that's just not applicable into the game of football. The worst call I've seen on targeting so far was the Auburn-Penn State game. That was abysmal. Abysmal. Yeah, that's a great idea there, Charlie Delta. Somebody get on that. Will someone put Stetson Bennett's face on a Dogecoin or a Bitcoin, please? Did Zeus limp off? I missed that. That's a seed. It'll be 3rd and goal now for Georgia. Or excuse me, 3rd and 1. 1st and goal. They gave him the first down. That's an awful spot. He was short. Stuffed on first and no, I can't tell. Did they give them SEC Network's all over the place right now? Make Stetson a non-fungible token. 46 Blitz Dog. I think the SEC Network's already addressed this one. I think Kendall Milton's hurt or something's going on. Something's happening. Fourth and 1, going for it, up 35-0 and getting stuffed. All right, so I'm here for the, hey, can we not blow people off the ball? Even up 35-0, you can find holes in a game, right? Georgia appears unable to move people off the football. That's not good. It's not good at all. It's not good for your chances moving forward when you get into tight football games and you need, first down opportunities and stuff like that. All righty. Let's see here. Let's read some YouTube comments. Here we go. Kirby is trying to make scoring points harder. It's practice now. Yeah, your offensive line's not moving people off the ball. It's not good. Can't get a yard versus Vanderbilt. You guys are up in arms right now. I'm with you. It's not good. It's not good. Safety incoming. I'm with you on that one. You guys might already know. You might already be ahead of me. Twitter notifications are going ham right now, man. Ham. Leave the starters in the whole damn first half. Like, what the hell? No. No, Malcolm Carter. No. O-line has been pretty good this year in pass pro, but Jesus, run blocking has been suspect this year so far. 100% true there, Paul White. It has been. Seems like we got pass pro down, but run blocking needs work. Yep. Coach Egg says, I trust UGA's defense. Do not trust the UGA offense, especially offensive depth. It's a question, especially the depth part. I think they're plenty deep. They're just not executing right now in the run game. Kirby's determined to show that he's smarter than everyone else. Because he probably is. When it comes to football, he's pretty damn smart. Kind of knows what he's talking about. Just a hot take there. Definitely knows more than me. Definitely knows more than me. Now the starter from Vanderbilt back into the game. They've had 46 total yards of offense. Wow. Wow. 6 yards passing. Holy crap. That is bad. Yes, sir. Oh, come on, Zion Log. Finish the rep. Finish the rep, kid. Jordan Davis still in there getting hella snaps right now. I guess that's their backed up in the goal line formation. Kendall was hurt and Zamir White. What about Edwards? It's a good question. Can anybody find out what's going on with Zamir? I'm not listening to the broadcast, so if y'all could, please let me know. Great play by Robert Beal right there. Now to bring on the punt team for Vanderbilt. Let's check some scores while I'm at it. Fourth and 5. Why are they going to commercial on 4th and 5? Who just took a timeout? Notre Dame up 10-3 on Wisconsin. A real barn burner going on there. It's a real. I mean, Notre Dame, to me, they might as well, like people said they look good in the ACC. They're a Big Ten football team, in my opinion. They sure as hell play like it. Fresno squeaked out UNLV last night. Let's go to all FBS right quick. Actually, you guys care more about the SEC. Let's talk about that. As my internet damn near crashes again. So nothing as far as the broadcast goes about Zeus. So we'll figure that out. Somebody said he limped off. I don't know what the deal is there. Classic Kirby, 35 first quarter points and 0 second quarter points. Bubba, what do you want to do? You just want to beat everybody by 100 points? Give me some stat coin teens. Charlie Delta, we will work on that. Super sub chat. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you, my guy. I wish I could put that on the board for you, but we're not on StreamYard. We are on Streamlabs. All right. LSU up 7-3 on Mississippi State. Missouri up 17-14 as that game goes into the half against Boston College. Though Boston College does have the ball, but it's 4th and 17 on their own 32. Or actually Mizzou's 32. So that might be a field goal opportunity for those guys. Might go in 17-17 at half there. And that's it for the SEC. Let's check out – those are the only noon kick games? That's weird. I still can't figure out why in the hell that Notre Dame Wisconsin game's at noon, but hey, I'm glad I don't have to watch it. Haven't heard anything about Zeus. Okay, you guys are still talking about that. Okay, we're good there on YouTube comments as well. I got both the Jamie Goodmans in my Twitter comments right now. We should channel our inner last chance you would drop 80 on them. Ty Bear says, what's up? What's up, brother? A minute left. That felt weird. What's up, brother? That felt even weirder. What's up, my man? That felt really square. Who knows? What's up, dude? There you go. That was natural. All right. No points in the second quarter. I need the over. Oh, man. Game days are fun with you guys, man. Okay, Zamir's on punt return right now. That's a good look by you there, Paul. It's a really good look. So no injury there for him. Kendall not playing at all. Like 0. So, yeah, he's quote-unquote banged up. Which is so weird. And I'm going to text one of my guys right now. See what's actually going on right there, because I got a feeling if he was banged up during the week, I would have known. Maybe I missed that one. I rarely miss those for the Patreon audience. We told you last night that Dominic Blaylock wasn't traveling. And guess what? Everyone else found out this morning on the Tweeter reporters. The old Blue Check Brigade. Does Beck get in and run a 2-minute drill right here? Who are they going with? Stetson still in. Good move, Jermaine Burton. Get out of bounds, son. You got to fight to get out of bounds, dude. It's a good job getting out of bounds from Jermaine Burton on that rep. Still got 2 timeouts left as Kyrus Jackson comes back into the game. And who else just checked in? Is that Justin Robinson? I think that is Justin Robinson. That's Adonai Mitchell. God, he's long. That's a really big football player. No, that is Justin Robinson, number 9. Let's see here. 36 seconds left. Ball on the 20. Covered a lot of ground quickly. And a batted pass. A batted pass. And here comes the batted pass, tweeters and commenters. Could Kirby just be saving Kendall for the majority of the second half snaps? No. Because if that were the case, he'd be on special teams. He'd be on kickoff return. He'd be on punt return. He'd be on punt team. All the things that he's been doing all year. He's not doing any of those things. Oh, I hear my little man outside. I think he's a little upset. He might make an appearance later today, depending on how long this game lasts. Oh, a catch by Justin Robinson. Good. His hands work. I haven't seen the YouTube over there, but if you guys could, please hit that thumbs up button for your boy. That always helps. Share the love to the program here. Appreciate all you guys watching. Big love. I know there's other options. I know you guys choose to be here with me on this solo platform. It means a lot. Appreciate you guys. Here we go. Rolling to his left. Never like rolling a quarterback to his left. Ball thrown out of bounds. Bring on the kickoff or the field goal unit here on 4th and 3. As one would expect. All right. So Podlesny struggled a little bit this year with these shorter chip shots, actually. I think he's missed 2 field goals already this year. So we'll see if he can knock this one through. It's always funny to get a picture shot of a kicker standing in the same shot as a Quay Walker and a Jordan Davis. It's always a funny look. And he made that one. So there you go. Pod not struggling too much here today, even though he's nice and worn out, I would imagine. I can't tell. Is he doing the kicking duties, the kickoff duties, or is Camarda? I haven't been able to see that. As I randomly look into the drawer in my desk. I am so ADD. So ADD. I don't know about you guys. I got it bad. Does Vandy go scoreless today? That is the question. And I imagine they will. I would imagine they will. It's another thing I like about this office, man. I can kick back, relax, move the microphone around, whisper to you just a little bit. Get a little weird. All right, so Camarda's doing the kickoff duties. This looks like it's about to be a sky kick. Nah, he drilled that sucker. Little knuckler. Ooh. Golly. There's nothing worse than being on a kickoff team in college football. Bennett, please graduate. You guys are killing me with this Stetson Bennett hatred. No Dan Jackson? Dan Jackson on the sideline? Looks like the first team unit here defensively. That is, I mean, outside of Tramel Walthour instead of Trayvon Walker. That's the first unit. Vandy's still trying to run the ball, though. He had a crease there. Just got tripped up by one of his own guys as they go into the half. Man, what an ugly, ugly halftime. Or first half. All right. Into the half. Let's patch in that Discord audience. Let's get the homies in. Get them brought into the broadcast. Something that no other platform does. Only your boys here on the Film Guy Network. Let's push that back just a little bit. All righty. Let's patch him up here. Let's go to Hilton 88. Let's see if we'll toss it to him. We'll see if he'll unmute for us and give us his thoughts and opinions. I think it might be my guy that's with his family this week. Had some out-of-towners come into town. So I think brother-in-law maybe. All right, let's jump over him. Let's go to Jake and Juicy, aka my personal trainer. Jake from State Farm. You got anything for me? You want to unmute for me? I see you just there. He is. What's up, brother? I gotta unmute the Discord audio. That's what's good. Nah, man, chilling. What were your thoughts on the first half?
I mean, you can't complain when you put up 35 in the first quarter.
Yeah, but you can complain about the second quarter, apparently.
You know, I'm not going to get mad about that. There ain't no point. I'm going to pour myself a drink, and that'll fix everything.
What we sipping on today?
Gentleman Jack and Diet Coke, man.
Ooh, tasty. Tasty. That's a big noon kickoff for you right there.
Hey, man, I will let you know, you mix some Gentleman Jack with some Diet Dr. Pepper, you don't even taste the Gentleman Jack. Gets a little dangerous. Get a little numb after a long work day. It's good stuff.
Hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with a little dangerous. I like me some danger, man.
Hey, I woke up feeling dangerous.
Nice. A little Baker Mayfield reference here on the broadcast. Gotta love it. Man, I'm going to tell you what. These UGA photos, this photo team that they got nowadays, them jokers are elite, man. They take some damn good photos. Jake, what we got today? You already hit the gym? You done for the gym for today?
Oh, yeah. You know it. CrossFit at 9 this morning.
I still gotta get a grind in later on this afternoon if the wife doesn't drag us to the brewery. I see Hilton 88 unmuted. What's up, my brother?
Not much, man. Just enjoying listening to everything. I'm not actually watching, so I can't give you any hot takes of what I'm seeing. Looks like the defense is handling business.
Yeah.
Can't run the ball real good up the middle, but I think we're just going to be what we're going to be. We've seen the last few years that if you got to and you can get a few like we did against Clemson, which was probably a really good defensive line, even though it looks like the rest of their team broke after we played them. I think we can do what we need to do. You keep throwing it around, getting these young receivers some reps, get some experience back out there.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, if we don't run the ball, I'm not worried about it. Keep scoring.
There you go. I mean, that you know what? Maybe every Georgia fan just don't need to watch the game because Hilton 88 just gave y'all some truth. You know, so what? You can't run the ball inside the tackles very well right now, right? Doesn't mean you're not going to be able to later on in the season. Doesn't mean you can't scheme around that. There are still some positives to take. I think the most impressive thing for me and the most positive thing about Georgia's run game is how diverse it's become under Todd Monken. In years past with guys like Chaney and Coley, you know, you don't get to you saw a very basic run scheme under those guys, right? It's just inside zone, like, hey, we're just gonna bully you, we're gonna push you around. With Monken, you see a bunch of reverse type stuff, right? You see some jet sweeps, right? You see some bubble screens, some pass, like some actual legitimate screen passes, things like that all help your run game. They're extensions of your run game, stuff we've talked about on Film Study before. Those are important breaks for your offensive line, you know?
Oh, definitely. And then the same people that's fussing about not being able to run the ball right now are the same ones for the last 5, 10, 12 years said, why don't we throw the ball more? I mean, you can't have it all. You can't throw the ball more and run the ball more. You got to find some kind of a balance. And if throwing it's a success, keep throwing the damn ball. I mean, come on.
God, he sounds so wise. I think you might be my favorite calling guy so far, Hilton. You should talk more often around this platform. I appreciate your wisdom.
Ah, well, it's just the whiskey.
Attaboy. Let's go on to Justin. I know he's always pretty level-headed. Let's see what he's got from this first half. What's up, my brother?
Just trying to keep people chilled out in Discord.
Is it going ham right now? I haven't even looked.
Man, people freak out just about the smallest things.
We be up
80-0 and people will still complain.
That is the life and nature of fandom. It's something, again,
Exactly.
I've never personally had it, not as an adult. I had it a lot as a kid and was rather irrational, but didn't really have that much emotionally invested into it. Certainly not like years like some people have. But, I do understand it. Though I've not had it personally, I do understand it. I understand the fanaticalism around it. You guys love your Georgia football and you want to be great. I think you're pretty damn great. I think you got a pretty damn good football team.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, I'm excited. I mean, when's the last time, really, if you think about it, in the past several years that we've been able to come into a game like this and dominate immediately, pretty much throughout the entire game to this point. I mean, yeah, the second quarter wasn't perfect, but still, not worried at all about this game. Even in the past, it's Vanderbilt, but there's always that doubt in the back of your mind, right? That maybe, someone's going to slip up. Special teams is going to slip up. Someone's going to make a mistake that could, completely change the game. But, when's the last time we've been able to go into a game like this and truly believe that Georgia's not going to sleepwalk through it,
100%. It hasn't been a guarantee under Kirby Smart, especially. I mean, think about it. You had, what was it, 2017? You go out to Auburn. You get beat by 33 points on the road to a team that you beat 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later. 2018, you go lay an egg on the road at LSU. 2019, we all know what happened with USC at home. In 2020, you lay an egg in the entire first half against Florida. And that's something that I don't foresee this football team doing that.
Not at all.
So those are good things right there alone. So appreciate you, Justin. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Logan, let's go out to you. Make sure you're not talking to any dumb Florida fans. If you could, unmute for me there, brother. Or if you're busy, you're busy. I'll take whoever wants to unmute and talk to your boy next. Hey, Ron, I see you up in here. Not a name we typically hear from. Q-Flow 11 Dog. What a name right there. See him as well. But again, if nobody wants to unmute, we will talk about first half observations. Oh, Q-Flow Dog. What's up, baby?
What's going on, Brooks?
I am chilling here in the studio, or in the office, I should say, and hanging out. What's up with you?
Man, just watching the dogs do what they do. Listen, man, we got to stop complaining. These kids are 18 to 22. When you up 35-0 at the end of the first quarter, are you going to want to keep playing?
Preach.
Calm
Preach.
down.
Preach.
We're good.
Preach.
We're good.
Amen,
I
brother.
need a UGA fan to put a drink in their hand, kick their feet up, and relax. That's it.
Man, the callers have been on fire today. I love it. Q-Flow, what you got a drink in your hand, it sounds like. What you sipping on?
Oh, man, I have a couple of Dos Equis, and then I got me a little Hennessy over here. So we just going to do it right, man.
Oh, he got the Dos. He got the Hennessy and the Dos Equis. My man vibing right now.
Q-Flow needs to be at the next meetup. This man likes to party.
Q-Flow likes to party.
Oh, yeah. Y'all let me know. I know we're not doing Arkansas. Just let me know when we're getting together.
I would imagine that Mizzou game has to be some sort of afternoon-night game, right? God, I would hope so. No way they stick Georgia with 3 noon games in one season, right?
I need Q-Flow and Chuck at the same party.
Oh, God. We might not make it out of that one, Jake.
Oh, that's the plan, man. That's the plan. Seaweed special recipe, baby.
For those that are uninitiated, I would imagine, like, how random do you think, like, the random passerby right now that's watching this live stream is like, what the hell are they talking about? We got a guy in our Discord and in our Patreon family. His name is Chuck. He goes by Seaweed.
And he might be your dad.
And he's not might be. He probably is your dad. He's everybody's dad. But he makes his own, special sauce. And boy, is it saucy. Boy, is it saucy. Jake, you had some. Talk us through the experience of Chuck Wheat's special sauce.
I'll just put it very simple. It warms the innards right up.
Gotta love a good innard warming for sure. But very, very smooth to be so potent and so strong. I mean, if you really want to, you can probably run your own car off Chuck Wheat's special sauce. I ain't gonna lie.
That thing was dangerously smooth, man. That you wouldn't know how strong that was sipping that.
Yeah, nah, it was something special. It was.
I feel like your
go ahead,
description.
Jake.
I feel like your description of his special brew was just a description of the man himself. Just strong, smooth, sneaks up on you, just studly.
It's very, very poetic, what you just did right there. Honestly, very poetic right there.
I was a poet and I didn't know it, man.
We got a YouTube commenter, Treebeard the Bear, says, shoot, y'all need to let me come. I'll drink all of y'all. I would dare you. Matter of fact, I would caution you not to get into a drinking contest with a man like Seaweed. That man's been on the road for God knows how many years. And that's probably why he's your dad. And boy, he can lay some liquor down. So I would caution you very, very strongly to stay away from that one.
That man's blood type is whiskey.
Nate Letcher over on YouTube. This is bold. He said, I just bet the over at 61.5. I don't know, man. Like, that basically means Georgia's got to score 23.5 more points because Vandy ain't putting up no points. That's tough. You know what? I hope you hit it. I hope you hit it because that gives us some actual, entertainment value over the next, 30 minutes of game time, which will be probably another hour and a half of doing this. We are already almost 2 hours into this stream, so it's been pretty hot and heavy up in here. Let's go out to someone else. Stick D's. I see you just hopped up in here. What's up, Richard?
Man, how y'all doing?
I'm doing good. How's the family out there?
Very good, man. I'm working in the hospital and taking a little break right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm listening to my earpiece while I do my thing.
You are one of our, most avid listeners and portions of this family. So I appreciate your dedication to the platform, my guy.
Yeah, man. I'll just throw this out there and then I'll kind of dip out. But I really enjoyed watching all the young receivers catching all the quick twitch movements they're making and eluding defenders. It's really encouraging to see that.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, these young guys, like, especially the tight end, man, like, how many years have I been told, and you guys been told as Georgia fans, oh, Georgia doesn't use the tight end. Georgia doesn't use the tight end. Well, by God, the guy's leading the team in receptions right now, and I'm pretty sure yards as well. So, yeah, I love watching these young guys get after it, especially at a receiver position, too. That's a position I've been told for years. Oh, you shouldn't go to Georgia if you're a wide receiver. They don't throw the ball, or they don't develop wide receivers, or you're not going to get on the field, or yada yada yada. It's not going to help your NFL draft stock. Well, I don't know, guys. George Pickens led the team in receiving yards as a true freshman. Jermaine Burton was second on the team in receiving yards last year as a freshman. Third, actually, as a freshman. So Brock Bowers now getting a lot of run as a freshman. Adonai Mitchell now getting a bunch of run as a freshman. And guess what? They got one coming in 2022. His name's Denylon Morissette. I saw him last night. That joker's going to get a bunch of playing time as a freshman because he's just that good. So, yeah, man, I think the narrative around Georgia's offense particularly is certainly changing as the rest of the team, starts to develop around them under Todd Monken. So those are all good news portions, especially for Georgia on the recruiting front, because, Guys like Luther Burden are probably watching this football game. They probably got this one on in one corner of the house, and they probably got the Missouri and the Boston College game on another portion of the house, and they're watching Georgia handle their business against an SEC opponent, and they're watching Missouri kind of struggle in a fist fight with a pretty good Boston College team. But ACC, SEC, a little bit different, right? I would imagine that if Boston College and Georgia were matched up right now, Georgia would probably be a 20-some-odd point favorite. They'd be a heavy favorite in that football game. That's kind of the difference right now, and it's going to come down and settle recruitments like Luther Burden, I would imagine, or at least impact them drastically. What are you doing with your wide receiver weapons, and how are you handling your business? Those two things right now, Georgia's checking those boxes left and right for targets like that. I think it's also why you're seeing them kind of stay in that Kojo Antwi recruitment right now. Kojo's committed to Ohio State. He's been on campus this year in Athens as an Ohio State commit. The years past, that kind of stuff would not happen. It just wouldn't. Those guys would be locked up, and they'd be staying, and Georgia probably wouldn't even get in on that type of recruitment. But things are changing around the recruitment of that position for the University of Georgia. We got some It's Miller time. Can you mute for me there, Hilton, unless you got something else? You got something else for me?
Oh, yeah. I was just going to hop back in here real quick. After the half, what I'd like to see, and I think it'd probably chill out some of these people that might be down on the run game.
Mm-hmm.
If we could come out after the halftime wide awake and break their spirit in the first 6 minutes like we did in the first 6 minutes of the first half, just go ahead and put them to bed.
A good old-fashioned put your foot on their neck.
Help them shut down the football program altogether. They say, oh, we really don't want to play anymore. Just go ahead and crush them. Be done.
A good old-fashioned foot on the neck. I love a good old-fashioned foot on the neck, man. Let's check some, before we head out on the Discord, let's check some live bets right now. Let's see what we got going on live betting-wise. This will be fun. I think I won my first half under on that Notre Dame-Wisconsin game. So that's good.
BZ Bets making a comeback?
I mean, dude, we had a rough week last week. It was not good. But I've got a different strategy this week. Instead of tying them all up in parlays, right, I started to pick some of my favorite games, put, $5 here, $10 here, $5 here, and then putting like $3 on a parlay that might pay out, $700. Because ain't nothing more fun than chasing a 17 parlay and then screaming at your TV screen because Coastal Carolina only beat Buffalo by 3. Damn it.
I need the missus to video this next time it happens.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Nobody needs that. We don't need that. You don't need that. The missus definitely doesn't. I don't know if she knows that, but I don't think she would care if I'm gambling like $25 a weekend on college football, as long as it doesn't get out of hand. As long as I don't have to call that 1-800 number for got a gambling problem, call 1-800 whatever. As long as it doesn't turn into that, I think we're okay.
As long as you don't get to the Michael Jordan levels of gambling, I think you're good.
Yeah, probably. The Michael Jordan levels of gambling are a little bit different. My man was gambling on quarters in the hallways of the damn Chicago Bulls arena in pregame with the security guards. That's a different kind of gambling problem.
Yeah, the dude with the blonde mullet and the mustache wearing aviators inside, probably the most lethal man to ever live.
Oh yeah, dude, he's a savage. All right, let's talk through some of these live bets right now on this Georgia game. The total, I think this is Georgia's total. Yeah, total for Georgia in the second quarter, in the third quarter. No, this is team totals. I might take that. Over under 12.5 in the second half, or in the third quarter alone. I kind of like that one. I'm going to take the over there. We're going to bet that right now. Right now. Put a little Tinsky on that one. See if we can win that one. All right. Let's see what else. Oh, Rob's in here. What's up, Cam?
What's up, man?
I'm chilling, bro. How are you?
Trying to get this stuff written.
Trying to get what?
Trying to get this stuff written.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, Cam's actually one of our better writers over there at SI. You would almost think he would be the one that should be the lead editor, not my inability to spell or speak, apparently.
Hey, Brooks.
Yeah, what's up?
Question for you. When you were watching tape on Bowers last year during the recruiting season, were you seeing all this back then?
So I saw the yak ability back then. It was hard to see, I'm gonna be honest with you. Anybody that's sitting here saying that they saw this guy coming in to college football and dominating as a true freshman, they're flat out lying to you. Not like this. Like, I expected him to play and to be really good, but to be like on Mackey Award like watch list and like finalist list as a freshman, hell no, didn't see that. I did see a great athlete, right? And I've actually got a buddy of mine that's a big time scout and a player development guy out there in California, and he was telling me all the time, he's like, bro, you need to pound the stock on this kid because of all of the verifiable data that he had on him, the verified data on him, because a kid that's this big shouldn't move like that, right? He's 6'5", 230 pounds, and he is legitimately 4'5" guy. When he leaves college, he'll probably be like 4'2" guy. We're talking north of a 40-inch box jump, things like this. These are the types of specimens that, as a tight end, you can just hand him the ball on a jet sweep, and he's going to run for 12 yards and beat everybody around the end. Like, those are special football players. So, did I see him being this great this early? No. Did I see him being this great? Yes.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah, no doubt.
Hey, Brooks, I got one question before you go.
Yeah, man, what's up?
All right, so you don't think there's any concern that Kendall isn't unhappy, do you? Because I seen some back last week people tweeting out to his dad, and he put off some strange comments. Like, one of them asked him, what does Georgia have against his boy and all this stuff? And I'm just curious if you think that's a possibility.
I don't know. I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't know. It's not something I've checked up on. It's not something that even if I did know, I wouldn't be talking about right here on a live YouTube. So I appreciate the question. I'll answer it a little bit more in depth on Patreon for you, okay?
All right, man. I appreciate it.
No doubt, gentlemen. We'll talk to you guys in just a little bit. All right, we're seeing a bunch of questions about Stetson Bennett being in there on the YouTube comments. Guys, I've kind of tried to already explain this one to you. This is like Kirby adores this guy for what he's done for the Georgia program in terms of sticking around, sticking it out, toughing it out, whatever, coach speak you want to use. That's the type of guy that's always going to get reps like this. He is. So as much as you dislike it, as much as you like Exadrian over there in the comments want to call Kirby a clown for it, it is what it is. And I hate to say that to you, but it is what it is. But does it piss off Carson Beck? Probably. But hey, get better, right? That's what Kirby will tell you. If you don't like, if you want like the somebody to hold your hand, Kirby Smart ain't your one. In terms of playing time, it's good to see Zamir back in there. I know there were some questions about whether or not he was banged up or nicked up. He is not, so that's good. Felt like that halftime was really, really long, didn't it? Dicko's saying over there, that's all cool, but you need to prepare your guys who are starting next year or might start next year. Good point. I see Beck loosening up the spine over there on the sideline, so he might be getting back in. JT Daniels' day is obviously done. Obviously. I need 2 tutties here in this third quarter. That's all I need. 2 tutties. Get me 2 tutties. I'm thinking a Stetson Bennett scramble for a touchdown and a pick 6 for Georgia. That's the way we cover that 12. 12 and a half, I think it is, actually. Getting a whole bunch of where's Kendall at on Twitter and YouTube. Guys, Kirby said he's banged up. He's banged up. That's what we're going to roll with. Down said Hut. Zamir White with a carry. I also see some things about, there's no guarantee that JT Daniels leaves this year. I'm not saying he's coming back. I'm just saying he has an opportunity to. I mean, he's a redshirt junior right now. He could be back next year. Actually, technically, because of the NCAA waiver, he could be technically a redshirt sophomore right now, if you really want to say it. So there's no, he doesn't have to leave and go to the NFL. I thought they were taking another deep shot. They sure as hell were setting up for it. And there's half of my 12 and a half we got to cover in this third quarter. It's looking good. It's looking good. Just a good route from Bowers. And a good, touch pass there from Stetson Bennett. See if we can clean this kicking operation up just a little bit. All I need is a little bit. Not a lot, baby girl. Just a little bit. I mean, he throws a pretty ball. What I really liked about that ball, right, is he put it back on his left side, okay? And why? Okay, because it allows him to turn back into the field as opposed to putting it on his right shoulder, his boundary side shoulder, because when you catch that ball, you might have a tendency as you turn to run out of bounds, right? So that ball might look like it's behind him. Some of these times they're selectively thrown behind the wide receiver, right? Always putting you on game here on the YouTube broadcast. Always putting you on game. All righty. That 12 and a half total team over looking really good right now, right? First drive, walking it down the field and scoring right there. And they've officially covered the 35 and a half point spread, right? I believe 38 plus 7 is what, 45? So yeah, they've covered that 35 and a half point spread. Hell, they covered it on the field goal at the end of the first half. Xadrian says Kirby refuses to pound teams like Saban does. I would love to see 60. I think you're going to see 60. I mean, guys, even when the twos get in, right? Even when the twos get in, you're like, even if they just run the ball, I could see Georgia running it down their throat for another two, 3 scores. My man said if Stetson was 5 inches taller, nobody would have a problem with him. Oh, man. That's hilarious. I got some people at the game from our Discord family that are just now realizing that Vanderbilt has a really small stadium. I'm surprised to find out that you're shocked by that. All right. Do a little Matthew McConaughey for you. There's no reason not to play Brock and Beck. Vandy is that bad. I'm with you. Just know that it might not happen, especially with Brock. We'll see. We shall see. Bowers, freak. He's got 3 touchdowns today. It's always doomsday for some UGA fans, even if we're winning by 40-plus points. Boy, you ain't never told a lie right there. That is a fact. It's also what makes my job possible. You guys' sometimes irrational passion for what you got going on in terms of fandom, right? I'm glad, even though sometimes it makes my job hard wrestling everybody in, especially in that Discord, which apparently has been a wildfire today. It's hard to rein you guys in sometimes, but it also creates an avenue for my lifestyle and what I like to do. So I'm good with that. Good little tackle out there in space by Nakobe Dean. Keelan Ringo coming downhill as well. Now, Vanderbilt's probably not the test, but I haven't seen any issues with corners today. Again, because Vanderbilt has no weapons. Zero. I mean, Keelan Ringo's sitting underneath that all day. All day. All day! What else we got here? Golly, we got a lot of football left to play, guys. A lot of football left to play. I'd like to see guys like you guys are clamoring for Beck and Brock and all those guys. I'd like to see a guy like MJ Sherman get a lot of reps here in the second half, just to see what he's got, what he can do. But they're rolling ones right now in this second unit or in this second half. As the broadcast skips on me, I guess Keelan Ringo made a play. I didn't get to see it. My broadcast jumped. That's unfortunate. I guess he made a really good play, and you see Jamal Adai over there coaching him up. That boy Jamal Adai is going to be – he's going to be a coach that's probably going to climb the ranks pretty quickly. He's like 36 years old, already the defensive backs coach at Georgia. That's not a bad early start to your career. Not a bad early start to your career there. At all. Smile Mondon, thoughts? Really good football player. Really good football player. Going to be great for the University of Georgia. You need more? Still young, though, right? And a football player coming out of high school that hadn't really, how do I put it? Hadn't really played a true inside backer position, right? He was see ball, get ball coming out of high school down there at Paulding County High School. So for him to now come to Georgia and have to be, hey, we're keying through the backside guard, right? We're also cross-reading the tight end on the H-back, right? If you cross your face, right? You're also calling defenses. Oh, and hey, by the way, if they throw the ball, you got to turn, find number 3, and now you're the middle of the field defender, and you got to run it man on man. There's a lot to do at linebacker for the University of Georgia. It's the toughest position defensively, in my opinion, for them to play. They ask those guys to do a lot of stuff, right? They ask them to be really gap sound in the run game. They ask them to read all their keys correctly. They ask them to play man-to-man with the back out of the backfield. I've seen them play a bunch of Tampa 2, what equates to Tampa 2, which is one of those clips that you saw last year with like Monty Rice. He ends up running with Jalen Waddle. It's like, why is that happening? Well, because Georgia asked their linebackers to do that every once in a while. And they ask him to be a part of the blitz package as well. So it's really tough. But I do believe he I do believe he eventually gets onto the field at some point very soon. I wouldn't say he's a shoe-in to take over after, Quay Walker and Channing Tindall leave, assuming if they leave. It's so funny that 2020 year is going to be jacking us up for 3 years now, because you don't know. Everyone could come back if they want to come back. And just like, oh yeah, this year I'm gonna call back on that 2020 free year that you guys gave me. Be a super senior. Assuming those guys leave, I would say he's probably a leader in the clubhouse to be the next guy up for Georgia at that linebacker position. We'll find out more as the end of the season progresses, and as next year turns around, what happens there with him. But yeah, super bright future there. Did you see what happened to Lee County? Ouch. Yeah, I think they gave away like 56 points last night. That's wild. That is wild. Let's see here. Good cut there by James Cook. Really good cut. And Marcus Rasimi-Jack Saint limps off. Looks like a lower body injury. Oh, they're showing some Larry Munson. There goes Lindsey. To the 30. I don't do a very good Larry. I wish I did. That'd be cool. What do you got, Lauren? We stepped on their face with a hobnail boot. Brooks' non-denial of the transfer question, though. I'm going to have anxiety about Kendall Milton transferring now. Damn. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. Nothing. Sometimes guys in my position, folks, we got to play dumb or we actually got to be dumb. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to transfer discussions, yeah, I'm going to play dumb. I'm going to play dumb. Aw, I see my little boy in the backyard playing with the football. Dang, man. Why we got to work? Why can't we just be like, kids? Not have to worry about work. I wish I didn't have to work. That'd be cool. I don't really consider this work. Oh, how about Fitzy with a catch in a red zone possession? Woo, woo, woo. That minus 12.5. Woo, woo, woo. Bankroll. Cash. Come on now. This is the point of the broadcast where I start getting goofy. And Kenny McIntosh for a tutty. Y'all wanted 60. You gonna get 60, by God. You gonna get 60. This Vandy team is atrocious. That's great movement by Broderick and Warren on the backside. Oh, man. Total team 12.5 cashed. Cashed. Come on now. Money, 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 money. All right, we got some commercial breaks. My little boys are starting to, pick up the football and, run around with it, and they'll, drop it at your feet. It's really cute. It's really cute. I guess you got to wait till the end of the third quarter before that bet cashes on Bet Online, which is kind of silly because you can't have negative points. Oh, well. Kendall got his helmet on. Brooks, I think he's a go for the next offensive possession. I wouldn't say that. I would say he's probably just got his helmet on so the camera doesn't show his face. Maybe. Maybe. Again. Or maybe he's just hurt. Which is, again, the only statement we have from Kirby Smart. He's hurt. But I'll tell you this much. I didn't hear nothing about Kendall Milton being banged up this week. Nothing. Oh, my God. Look how cute this photo is. My wife overheard me talking about going to the gym before I go to the brewery, and she said, "What you talking about? You can pregame the gym with me and Carter at the brewery." It's a great, great point by the wife. Great point by the wife. As long as Milton keeps dropping the ball, he probably won't. I don't know what you're talking about there. Does Kendall have dropped this year? Maybe one? I don't even know if he's got, like, too many targets in the passing game this year. And you're going to talk about a fumble. That last week wasn't a fumble. His knee was down. So, yeah, I don't know the deal there. Now, I don't like to credit too much of the my competitors. But this is a great tweet here from Dog Post. I'm not even going to front on this. Georgia has 52 points. Vanderbilt has 52 yards. That's a damn good tweet. I'm mad I didn't tweet that. That's a good tweet. I know the feeling, Brooks. I remember when my son first started playing with the football. Best feeling ever. 100%. Brooks, can you help me understand why coaching staff continues playing Stetson? What is the upside out of his experience? Again, I think Stetson playing like this is a great opportunity for Kirby to look at everybody else and say, hey, Zion Log, don't transfer. I know you're sitting behind a bunch of dudes. Don't transfer. Hey, Nazir Stackhouse, I know you're sitting behind a bunch of dudes. Don't transfer. Hey, Brock Vandergriff, I know you're sitting behind a bunch of dudes. Hey, Carson Beck, I know you're sitting behind a bunch of dudes. But look, if you stay here long enough and earn your keep and go about your business in a day-to-day aspect and play football like you're supposed to, you'll get your opportunity when you're called upon. Justin Robinson making a play in special teams. It's a great job there. Glad to see he's still locked into his responsibilities. We got Jim Nagy coming back on, doing a little more draft analysis. I met him actually at the, I want to say it was Georgia-Missouri game in 2019. He was scouting Brian Harrion, who he ended up not inviting to the Senior Bowl, but is what it is. Ooh, who was that? That Tresman Marshall with a big hit. Look at some backup linebackers in here. Tresman's bow-legged, big time. Watch him run. It's fun to watch. He's an explosive athlete. Also, another guy. Like, hey, Tresman, I know you haven't gotten a bunch of playing time. You stick around, you're good. You'll get some reps eventually. He's getting reps today. Vandy's still having 8 passing yards. That's crazy. I think Georgia has more return yards on an interception. That's funny. Now they got the little mini soccer ball out and they're kicking it around. Wife played soccer in college. Really, really good, actually. I don't know why I said actually. She's really good. 3rd and 7 here. Still 7 minutes to go in this football game. My God. That's a long time. Or 7 minutes to go in the third quarter of this football game. It's insanity. Robert Beal, sack. Glad I bought some Robert Beal stock earlier in the year. We'll see what he does here. Oh, it's just a blatant missed protection from Vanderbilt. That's brutal. What's up, Brooks? Better late than never. Had to work today. Was watching the game on my phone. All good there, Georgia boy. Appreciate you for being here. Our old Georgia boy 1988 is a constant viewer and a constant member of this YouTube family. Appreciate you for being here, my guy. The Vandy punter needs the oxygen mask. That's funny, Bubba. Lucky Man says, I'm glad to see Robert Beal getting playing time. He's not only getting playing time, he's playing really, really well in the playing time that he's getting. So that's good. That's really, really good. But again, y'all wanted 60. By God, you might get 70. I don't think this is as much about Carson Beck's in. That's good. Do they run the offense, though? And there's one run. All right, new mandatory rule for Georgia ball carriers. You must stay in bounds for Brooks Austin's sanity over on his live stream that is already 2.5 hours in. Please. Thank you. New rule. Must stay in bounds. Everyone knows the rules. Got to. You know, I'd be really pissed if this game ends 59-0. 59 is such an ugly, ugly score. I love how Dicko's sending in money to a platform he's employed by. That's hysterical. That's a seed from Carson Beck right there. A little hitch route there from Jackson Meeks. How about Meeks making the travel roster? He must have traveled a bunch of dudes on that wide receiver group. And we do have a new offensive line unit. My God, Devin Willock is the size of a bus. Devin Willock in there at left guard. He is massive. Broderick Jones in at left tackle. Warren Erickson in at center. Or is that Blaschke? That's actually Blaschke in there. No, that's Warren Erickson in at center. You got Xavier Truss in at right guard and Marius Mims there at right tackle. So, there you go. Brett Seether in the game as well at tight end. So, it looks like Brock Bowers' day is probably over. So, we get a look at some younger guys here today as we get a look at the luscious locks of Brock Vandergriff. Got to make sure we don't let the camera die on us. That's another rip right there from, I'm going to tell you what, it looks good coming out of his hands, boy. That dude can spin it. Just, might not end up in the right place so far. So you guys wanted 60. You wanted Beck. And it looks like you're going to get both almost in one possession. Ooh. 10-10 Notre Dame, Wisconsin. We might have to flip that on. Might have to flip that one on. Uh-oh. Carson Beck doing a little checking at the line. A little check from Beck. He drops back on 3rd and 7. Good little touch pass. What in the hell is the cameraman doing? My God. I couldn't see any of that. What happened? He's trying to hit Kieras on what looked like maybe a corner route. There's a look at a guy who might potentially be your future OC if something ever happens to Todd Monken in terms of leaving the program, in Buster Faulkner. Super, super smart young football coach, and would probably do really, really well as an OC. He's already got history as an OC. Was an OC at Southern Miss last year before joining this Georgia staff. All right, 55-0 here in the third quarter. Still 4 minutes left. I appreciate the University of Georgia offense for taking 3 minutes off of the game clock right there, because we know Vanderbilt ain't taking no damn time off this clock. How can you be so bad at offense? It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Again, I think Chris Smith has more yardage on. Let's see this return. Yeah, no, he got more than 8 yards. Let's see the play-by-play. That might be my tweet. Let's see here. That's Georgia throwing an interception. And there's Vandy throwing an interception. All right, Boston College up 10 on Mizzou heading into the fourth. Not a good look there. Yeah, Georgia Boy points it out. Go hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. Appreciate you for doing that. That's incredible. 8 passing yards midway through the third quarter. On how many attempts? That's incredible. On 12 attempts. They've only thrown the ball 12 times. Hell, they've only ran the ball 20 or 19 times. They've only had like 22 offensive snaps. That's ridiculous. Oh, good old Big Ten football up there, man. Ugh, painful to watch. Oh, there must be a turnover here. I'm guessing based off the YouTube comments. Oh, no, you're talking about the kickoff. Yeah, not a good look. Ooh, Chaz getting cut on the backside. Bounces up, still makes the play. Good little rep there from 32. Boy, guys, I am hungry. Somebody want to bring some food to the house? I'm just kidding. Still got a whole quarter left. Get your minds right. Oh, Seaweed, you made the broadcast. We were talking about you a little bit earlier, bud. Horrible, horrible things about you. Yeah, I'm going to tell you what. Kamari Lassiter just gave up, I guess you could say, a reception, even though I'm pretty sure they were in cover 3 right there. That dude flashes. He's extremely explosive. Extremely explosive. Are they showing me the new digs at Vanderbilt? You got a new locker room to go to when you lose by 70? That's nice. That's nice. Good to know. Get a DoorDash sponsorship. I don't understand, like, for as many years as Notre Dame's had a really, really good offensive line, what the hell is going on this year? They didn't lose that many dudes. The best money I've spent in a long time. I've learned so much more about football thanks to you. Thanks to you, Kevin. Another super sub here on the broadcast. Appreciate you, my boy. I've been in and out, Brooksy. What did you say? Nothing. We talked a little bit about your special brew. Yeah. Some good stuff there. Y'all think Arkansas wins? Talking about the Texas A&M game tonight? I don't know. I'm excited to watch that one, though. I think that kicks at 3:30, right? If I remember correctly. So a little 3:30 kick there from that football game as it's 3rd and 15 over here in this Wisconsin game. Need to stop watching that. Got 4th and 1 for Vanderbilt on my screen. Still at 55-0. Vanderbilt locker room has a crying room. That's funny. Let's check some of these NCAA scores. That's a really funny comment. So they're reviewing this play right here. And, of course, the SEC Network showing no replays of said play that they are reviewing. Classic. Just some good old-fashioned B-roll footage of the Vanderbilt sideline. Whole lot of juice and energy over there. Not. Boy, this Georgia team look really, really good, huh? Are they really, really good, or is Vanderbilt really, really bad, or is it both? I think it's both. I'm going to settle with both. Ruling on the field was confirmed. 4th down. On comes the punt unit. Texas committing a hate crime against Texas Tech. I think that line was like 9 points. I think I took Texas. Oh, man, the 17 parlay. As this punt goes out. Commercial time, I'll give you the parlay. Lad McKinney's actually a boomer from Vandy's punter. First one all day he's actually put a leg on, and now Lad's going to return it. Good little return from McConkey. I would imagine we're going to get a timeout here. Yep. Or they're going to talk about the 1922 Vanderbilt football team that was 8-0-1. All right. So here's who we're rooting for today. You ready, guys? Army minus 7.5 against Miami of Ohio. I took the first half under, which already hit, by the way, in the Wisconsin Notre Dame game. Clemson minus 10 at North Carolina State. We need Michigan to cover 20 points against Rutgers. That Rutgers team's bad. So hopefully, at least they're bad against Big Ten opponents. And I like Texas A&M minus 4.5 against Arkansas. And as Carson Beck hands the ball off to what looks to be Dejon Edwards. So, yeah, we're not going to see Kendall Milton at all today. North Carolina minus 13.5 tonight against Georgia Tech. And West Virginia getting 17 on the road at Oklahoma. So those are the teams we are rooting for. And that's a 17 parlay that hits for $860. Come on now. Talk to your boy. Let's hope that one hits. I always like doing a little $5, $10 parlay every week. And, one of these days, it's like my lotto ticket. It's like my version of playing lottery. Except I think I control it just a little bit more than a lottery ticket or a scratch off or whatever it is that those people play. Yeah, so that all but confirms it. We will not be seeing Kendall Milton at all today. He was dressed out, was on the sideline. From all indications, was involved in pregame warmups, but Kirby got out in front of it, told everybody in the pre-show radio show that he was banged up. So take him for his word. He's banged up. Ooh. Broderick Jones getting beat across his face is what that looked like. Think about how big this offensive line is right now for Georgia. Broderick Jones, 6'6", 305. Devin Willock, almost 6'8", 340 pounds. Austin Blaschke's the quote-unquote little guy in there. He's 6'5". Xavier Truss, 6'7", 315. Amarius Mims, 6'7", 315. That's a damn unit right there. That is a damn unit. And that would be the end of the third quarter. I'm going to fire this tweet off because I think it's a good one. Dear Lord, that's a big unit. 4 tackles on the offensive line, says Michael B. 100%. That's what they are. I mean, they're right now. I mean, I don't think Xavier ever really was a tackle, in my opinion. They tried to play him at tackle. Wasn't the move. I think he is a guard. He moves like a guard. Devin Willock is a guard. Never, ever, ever would I let that guy play tackle. Who else we got? Amarius Mims and Broderick, those are tackles. 100%. So, yeah, I think you got 2 tackles in there. Yeah. All right. Let's take a moment just right quick. Thank the sponsor one more time, Cola Kicks. I actually hit the right corner. Cola Kicks, bottom right-hand corner. You see them down there, Cola Kicks 706. That is their Augusta store where I picked up most of these sneakers. I'm not going to tell you which ones, but most of them. Some of them predate my relationship with Cola Kicks, but most of them did come from Cola Kicks. So there we go. Bro, you put $1,000 on that. You put $1,000 on that, Thomas. Well, by God, I'm rooting for a score. Woof. That's tough. Apparently, Jack Cohn to the locker room. Even though, yep, I see it right here. I'm watching it. Yeah, he's walking to the locker room looking like a limp with that left leg. Not good. Not good. All right. That's why I stayed the hell away from this Notre Dame-Wisconsin game. I don't ever want to bet a Notre Dame game. I don't know what the hell they're going to do. I don't know who's going to show up. I don't know what team's going to show up. It's just going to be boo-boo. They might win. They might lose. But you never know what's going to happen. So stay the hell away. Looks like LSU pulling away in this Mississippi State game. Finally doing something with all that talent that they have. And apparently playing a lot of zone coverage against Mike Leach and them boys. As Dejon Edwards runs around the left-hand corner for, I think, a first down. SEC Network posted saying 3rd and 1 right now. 4th down now. So he came up short. And it looks like you're going to get the punt team. Sorry, Thomas. It's like you're going to get a punt team or a timeout here from Georgia. See what they got going on. Try to figure out what they're going to do. Your quarterback's assistance coach right there talking to Carson Beck. Swaggiest dude on the staff. Hell of a recruiter, too. Got good drip. Got good drip. Thomas says A&M won't cover. By God, I hope so. I hope so. This unit right now playing for Georgia is probably bigger than every single offensive line in the NFL. Like, honestly, without a doubt. They are freaking huge, man. And it's why I think you see him taking guys like Bo Hewley and guys like Jacob Hood, right, who are prospects, in my opinion, that need a lot of development in college, but they fit the bill in terms of just being massive. And if that's what you want, then by God, that's on you. Go for it. I prefer skill over size, but I'm not at the University of Georgia. A combination of both, like an Amarius Mims or Broderick Jones, would be perfect, right? You're big and talented, not just big. I see a lot of just big guys a lot. I don't need just big on the roster. Paul White laughing. What's worse, SEC Network coverage or Vandy? I don't know. I can't hear the SEC Network right now. I can just see it, but yeah, they do a lot of questionable stuff with the television of their broadcast, or the choices in their broadcast. All right, so here's the deal. If you're Xavier Truss right there, as soon as he moves, let's move. You end up getting him anyways, but as soon as he moves, let's move. As soon as he crosses that threshold, go ahead and tap him. Still a smart veteran move, though, to move as he moves. Most of the time, they will give that to the defense. Most of the time. I tweeted it a while back. I still think Dejon Edwards just might be the best fifth-string running back Georgia's ever had. And I got a lot of, well, wasn't Evander Holyfield the backup runner, the fifth-string running back in 2017? Maybe. I don't know. See, this is what ticks me off. There are 16,000 people watching an illegally broadcast game, this game, on YouTube right now. 16,000. I go on a private YouTube stream with some freaking film study, and I get shut down within 5 minutes. Make it make sense. That's all I'm saying. Make it make sense. It don't. It does not. And I think what's going on is it's what they call a mirrored stream. I think is what Dicko called it. But no, they got all the junk on the bottom. Like, what the heck's going on here, man? Man, game be cheating. That's what it is. The game cheating. They don't want to see me win. Oh, yeah, people saying Brendan Douglas, too. Get that out of here. Dejan Edwards way better than Brendan Douglas. I played against Brendan in high school. And there's your 60 points. Thomas wins a grand. Beers on Thomas. Beers on Thomas. Although, you talking about having a tight butthole. If I put a grand on anything, I'd have a tight butthole. I see some commenters talking about you need to contact YouTube. I'm not doing that. Hey, why are you shutting me down for illegal stuff and not them? Hey, man. Hey, Mr. Officer. Why'd you pull me over? Not the other guy. My stream's paused on me. I think like we have to. I see some YouTube commenters still talking about the Kendall Milton thing. I still think you have to take your head coach for his word, and he told you that Kendall's banged up. So Kendall's banged up. That's his story, and by God, I'm sticking to it. Right? That's all we can do. That's all you can do. Your coach says it, you got to take it and run with it, right? Yeah, he's from the Augusta area. Played at Aquinas, the Augusta version of Aquinas. Aquinas. I don't know how you guys pronounce it up there. I always pronounce it Aquinas. The first time we played Brendan was my sophomore year, and he put a hit on our running back that I think made him quit football. I really do. I think it made him quit football. I thought he was a much better linebacker than he even was a running back. He was a pretty damn good running back. I just hate to see it. Brooks not a comment on the situation. No, I'm with you. I hate to see Kendall not getting reps too. 100%. Georgia rolling large up front right now. Yeah, I would imagine. Logan asked over on YouTube, do you think Luther Burden sees these two games going on, the difference between Missouri and Boston College and Georgia and Mizzou? You bet your butt. You bet your bottom dollar he's watching that thing. Do you know Fox has a 4K channel now available on Fubo? Incredible. But you have to have a 4K TV to even watch it, so it don't really do nothing for you. I can't believe they're really out here comparing Brian Kelly to Newt Rockne, one of the best football coaches ever. One of the OG football coaches, if you will. Wisconsin just forced a turnover in that football game. Yeah, that might be the biggest offensive line Georgia's ever ran out. You find me the unit that's gotten bigger than that. That's a massive squad. When was the last time Georgia scored 62 points? Anybody want to look that one up for me? They think that defensive tackle from Wisconsin is apparently supposed to be a first-round draft pick. I would still take Jordan Davis. Told me to watch Bernee, so let's watch Bernee. Let's watch number 36 right here. Comes in on the blitz. Wham! Damn, son. That's a stick. David Daniel in the game now. Smile Mondon in the game as well at linebacker. So we're seeing everybody. If you traveled this week, except for Kendall Milton, you playing. No doubt. Justin, UGA scored 81 points versus Mercer in 1941. Thank you. Jamon Dumas Johnson in the game. Bill Norton in the game. MJ Sherman in the game. Who else? Javon Ballard. You're seeing kind of the future now into the game for Georgia in terms of young guys. Let's see here. See if any of these guys are going to make a play. MJ Sherman. Oh, missed an opportunity for a sack there. And Smile Mondon chases him out of bounds. It's like they said they agreed to running clock, Bruce. So they were listening to you. Oh, they really are running the clock. I've never seen that happen. I've never seen a running clock in college football. Have y'all? I've never. What's going on with this punter, man? Did they switch punters? Because the first 7 punts were dog water, and now they're good. I never knew there was such thing as a running clock in college football. That's insane. They're so bad. They're so bad. Do you think Vandy will cancel another game in the future? No, but I think had they played last year and then showed up this year anyways, you're still getting your freaking brains beat in by this Georgia team. Xavier Sorey, have not seen him in. I don't think he traveled this week, guys. Vandy should cancel their football program. Honestly, at Brooks, with all the blue checkers lined up against you, I could see YouTube killing this watch party because you used a televised game to call your play-by-play. To heck with them. Murray State, 63-17. I don't know what that text message was about. Oh, he's talking about when was the last time Georgia scored this many points? He texted me and said Murray State 63-17. There you go. Kamari Lassiter making plays out there, man. At least looking like he's making plays, right? Explosive athlete. Like we showed you on the film study months ago. I'm telling you. Have we missed on a prospect yet? I don't know. I don't think we have. I'm trying to think. Oh, I know what it was. I wasn't super high on Micah Morris. We haven't seen him yet, but all indications out of camp are that I was wrong on that one. So I'm down to be wrong when I'm wrong. Sounds like I was wrong on that. So there you go. Woo. Thank God for a running clock. What's up, buddy? Ah, you big smile. You want to make your camera debut? I'll let you know. Yeah, okay. Okay, you going to go take a nap? Okay, Bubba. I love you. Okay. Here, I'll take it now. Oh. Look at all the screens, Bubba. Say, hello, everybody. My name's Carter. You can't have that. You can knock it over. Spill water all over the place. Can't have that. Press the button. Keep the camera on. You gonna sleep good? What you guys been doing? Just playing? Yeah. All right, Bubba. Let's go. I love you. You big boy. See you guys in a little bit. See you, Bubba. Say see ya. All right. So there we go. Kirby hands the ball off. 2nd and 13. So my little boy made his camera debut. How about them apples? He's going to be a stud, man. I mean, absolute stud. Future of the film guy brand right there. 100%. 100%. I can't wait till he's like 17 and I'm vicariously living my aspirations and sports dreams through him like every great father does. It's going to be so much fun. And on comes the punt team. With Warren Erickson still on the punt team. So there you go. Soak it in, Brooks. They grow up fast. Thanks, Seaweed. You know, Charlie, you're onto something there. That's if he ever wants to do anything like this. I'll initiate him for sure. If he wants to be on camera, if he wants to do some hot taking, then we'll teach him. I'll teach him the craft of being yourself on camera. That is for sure. It's not easy. A lot of people, you turn the camera on, they get like real stiff. They're not really energetic. So it's hard. Not a lot of people can do it. We see it every time when we go do some of these commitment videos. We're shooting another one tomorrow morning. Every kid's different, man. Some kids is like they're super, outgoing. They got great personalities, real talkative. As soon as you put that camera on, they're like, they just can't figure it out. I don't know. I've always been able to just stare right through that joker. Some people can't get it. At least he has a dad that knows his stuff. That kid will be hell one day. Appreciate you, Georgia boy. I'm hoping to. Whatever he does, I'm gonna immerse myself into it. I mean, if he wants to be the world's best flutist, I'll try to learn the flute and help him. Learn it with him. If he wants to play soccer, as much as it's gonna pain me, I'll figure it out, right? Justin says that CJ basically was an actor and a producer already. He was. The great thing about producing CJ's commitment video was that he knew what he wanted, right? And it's something I got to get off the phone or get off of this broadcast with and have a conversation with both Justin and our next client about, like, hey, not even a client because they don't pay us. Comes out of our pocket. But something we need to have a conversation with him about is like, hey, what do you want? Like, we know some of the spots he wants to hit, but, we're trying to tell your story. I don't want to tell your story. I want you to tell your story type of stuff right there. What's Thomas talking about over there? Thomas, You put another bet down on that? Woo-wee. You got some huevos on you, son. You got some huevos on you. Georgia fans still on Twitter complaining about Beck not being able to throw the ball. It's freaking 62-0. What do you want? What do you want? Oh, yeah. That 12.5 hit, you already know. Cash money. Cash money. I always just like to break even on Saturdays. It would be nice to win every bet you make, but those aren't the realities of the situation, right? Oh, your bet was 63. Oh, dude, I thought it was like 61. Yeesh. They want 100% pass plays, but they will say, why aren't we running better? Yep, that's 100% true right there, Justin. Well, I guess at this point, Thomas, you best be praying for a pick six, but I don't think Vandy's going to be throwing the ball. They opted for a running clock. This is tough. This is tough for my boy Thomas, man. I mean, you got more points than they have total yards. Out here whining. It's crazy. Jamie said he wanted 100, but he'll settle for 60. Uh-oh. Ooh. What a play, Kamari Lassiter. F in the chat for Thomas if he loses the bet by 1 point. Yeah, that would be absolutely awful if he loses this $1,000 bet by 1 point. Yeah, dude, if y'all been on Patreon for a while, I was telling you in camp, even before Kirby made a comment about it in his presser, that damn Kamari Lassiter flashes, dude. He makes plays that are just like, whoa, just like that right there. Just like that right there. Ooh, Notre Dame with a long breaker right there. Notre Dame up 17-13 now in that football game. Yeah, Vandergrift made the trip, David. I've seen him on the sidelines multiple times with the luscious locks flowing like white robes. Thomas, the only way you get it is Georgia have a 99-yard drive. Hey, damn, that sucks. I was going to say, what if they get a safety, but you bet the total team score for Georgia. Man, Xavier Worthy would have been a guy that would have been nice for Georgia to have. But now he's at Texas. That Kamari Lassiter play. Wow. That was crazy. Yeah, I'm hoping they break a 99-yarder just for my boy Thomas. This YouTube chat is going to go absolutely bonkers if this hits. You want to see Vandergrift get some PT? Why? So he can hand the ball off? I guess. I mean, I'm with you. I don't really see the need. bro, see, oof. Bro just doesn't seem like he's uber competitive. Dude is letting people cross his face left and right, says Jeremiah. Yeah, we'll definitely take a look at it. Y'all want to know the difference between my budget and some competitors' budgets? My boy Jeff Santel's in St. Louis right now watching Luther Burden. Oh. I would get laughed out of the room if I called my boss and be like, hey, can I get a flight to St. Louis and maybe a hotel too? Oh, and by the way, can I expense all my meals while I'm out there? Oh, man, I'm laughing just thinking about the conversation. Georgia goes hard count here, and they get a false start. Xavier Trust false starts. Look, inside your own 5, you should always hard count. We talked about this on the film study the other day. They just got a false start penalty at the 1-yard line, half the distance to the goal. Now they're at the half a 1-yard line. Who gives a crap? You're backed up anyways. Oh, great little sneak right there from Georgia. I'm still fascinated that there's a running clock in college football. Never seen that. Yes, 20 is a walk-on. It's Savon Clark. Dan Kiley's going to text me and tell me I mispronounced that name, but hey, it is what it is. All right. 6.5 minutes left here. Who's that? Is that Rylan Godey in the game? Getting him some reps at tight end. Seether's in there as well. That's all kinds of false starts on the left side of that offensive line. That not good. All kind of false starts. And now you're kind of backed up where you were, basically. Y'all are there talking about day old Nugs. You gotta love day old Nugs, man. Another false start. Good Lord. Yeah, this will be a topic of discussion in the film study coming up this week for this offensive line unit. That is for damn sure. That is for damn sure. And bring on the punt unit. Thomas, it's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. How do we get this close to the goal line? How close can we get to the goal line? Those guys going to be hiding during the film study. Yeah, probably. I would imagine. Kirby not happy right now. Never seems to fail. What is there to talk about right now? What's the best game on the remaining schedule for today? Anybody know? As my stream continues to hip hop and skip all over the place. Yeah, not a great punt, obviously. Let's look at this schedule. Arkansas, Auburn, Kentucky, Florida, Missouri, Tennessee, Charleston Southern, Georgia Tech. 98% chance to win that Tennessee game. What in the world is going on with my stream right now? It's skipping every 5 seconds. TAMU, Arkansas probably is the best game. I would agree there. That's a 3:30 kick, right? That's about to kick off in that contest. So we'll see about that here soon. Ooh, that's a bad face mask. Oh, that stinks for Notre Dame. They're about to get a fumble over there. Bad face mask. That's coming back. Yeah, I think it is going to be a good football game. I just don't know. Like Pollock showed on game day this morning, that's a blatant hold on Smile Mondon. Did they throw a flag on that? Good God. Come on now. No, they didn't stop running the clock. He just ran out of bounds. They're still running it. That's an awful hold. How did he get away with that? I believe that is the CBS game at 3:30. Randeep. We'll just call you Randeep. Oh! DJ Daniel catching a body. Also something we've told you about in the Patreon Nugs. David Daniel, be out here killing folk. That's a good, clean tackle, too. He's Lewis Seen Jr. I told y'all that. I mean, that was a clean hit and everything. Y'all worried about the damn shutout. You guys are unbelievable, man. You guys are unbelievable. Brooks, you see that? The face mask was on Wisconsin, Notre Dame ball. Oh, wow. I didn't see that. I'm trying to watch multiple things here, man. Who's that? Is that Tresman Marshall out there playing corner? Or out in the flat? What was going on there? How'd that happen? Justice said, we got fourth stringers and fans on the field. Yeah, basically. My stream is just kicking my ass right now, skipping all over the place. Let's switch over to this one. Let's see what happens here. So now I got to look down. 4th and 7, running clock. You know who hasn't been getting very much playing time this year as he makes a play in the backfield? Warren Brinson got, like, serious PT last year early on in his career. Like, he was playing against Auburn. And I don't see him hardly at all this year. He just now got into the game. Come on, I don't have a TV. There you go. The shutout holds. The shutout holds. Jacob Brock asked, did you go to Shorter? I indeed did. Love a good Bama fan. Love a good Bama fan in the mentions. I guess today's a pretty boring day for a Bama fan considering you got, your, third straight cupcake in a row? Nothing better to do? Well, I guess you played Florida last week. Mercer 2 weeks ago. Opened the season with a real cutthroat game against Miami. And you got Southern Miss coming in to town. Just a real barn burner of a schedule there, bub. Yeah. All right, so we're going to get out of here. Call that a stream for you guys. Appreciate y'all for being here. Had a pretty good day, viewership-wise, comment-wise. I had fun doing this. I hope you guys did as well. We'll see you Monday night. I don't know how we're going to do film study, considering my producer's not going to be in town, but we will figure something out, okay? Even if it's going back to old school with just the mouse